the sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tabloid said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Friday, everybody. Yeah, we made it. Welcome to Friday. Happy end of your work week for most of you. Maybe not all of you, but for most of you, many of you. Happy Friday. What's that?
Said I'll be here.
You're here working.
I'll be here. Sean's doing something.
Oh, he does have kind of holds down 2 radio shows in the morning there. He's doing his show on country, and then of course hopping in over here. So yeah, he's bouncing around back and forth as he normally does on the mornings. But happy Friday, and what makes it even more special is the fact that it is a McDonald's Friday, and Sean come gangbusters in here with his biscuits con gravy.
No, here's the thing. I did a little experimentation on this because I'm like, wait a second, this is special. There's something about this order of biscuits and gravy that's special. So I stopped what I was doing as I was eating happily.
Stop what you're doing.
First and foremost, I said this out loud. I said, they blanked me up with gravy this morning because they gave me so much gravy on this biscuits and gravy.
Good.
It was swimming in gravy, but
that's good.
Here's the thing. Okay,
I like that.
So I have mentioned several times before that the thing that I love about their biscuits and gravy is that they
upside down
is the upside down the biscuits, so they kind of leave the structural integrity of the biscuit intact. What they did with this one, because this is a double order, and I've never seen them do this before.
Okay.
Because usually I get a whole biscuit. This one is split.
Ooh.
They cut the biscuit before they put it in.
Ah.
You wouldn't think that would make a big difference, but it does. Like I literally separated a biscuit section just so I could show that yes, it is a legit separated biscuit. They took the time, and I put some gravy on that because that's my next bite. They took the time to separate the biscuit before they put it in there. That makes a difference.
Nice. It does look good, your biscuits and gravy.
That's a doggone good order of biscuits and gravy.
I bet people didn't realize you get that at McDonald's. But you can't.
That pull apart donuts, fritters.
There you go. They got it all. Be surprised. And of course,
oatmeal and milk.
Just because I'm more of a classic guy. I want the Egg McMuffin, which they still got, and everything else. But yeah, you can do a deep dive into the menu as well, too. So
a respectable selection of sandwiches in there, by the way, also.
Oh, good. I haven't had a chance to look through. Yeah. I just went and grabbed my beverage.
Yeah, Roy's on his game.
Nice. Roy is he is learning. He's the Padawan for Tanner's.
He's the Grogu.
McDonald's sommelier.
He's our Grogu in this situation.
There you go. I know Padawan from Big Bang Theory because he's like, Padawan's the student, you idiot.
He hit me with a SpongeBob meme like the second I walked in this morning. I'm like, well played.
SpongeBob, what was it?
It was
radio friendly.
It was Caveman SpongeBob. He came out and with the steps like Caveman SpongeBob and pointed at me like he does.
Yeah, SpongeGar.
Yeah, SpongeGar. Sorry.
Okay.
Forgot he had a name.
I just missed the SpongeBob generation.
We gotta at some point. I'm gonna have him whip us up one so we can try it. But I'm probably gonna mess up everybody's Facebook algorithm right now. You're gonna get targeted ads about this for the next month. But Young Roy over here ordered this stuff called mud water.
Okay,
so what it is, it's like a coffee alternative. It's not coffee. It's got caffeine in it, but it's like this blend of like reishi mushrooms and all kinds. It's interesting. I'm curious.
Reishi mushrooms?
Reishi.
What's the reishi?
It's a strain of mushroom.
It's mushrooms that do strip teases.
Like lion's mane and reishi mushrooms are specifically they are known to enhance like brain activity, immune health, certain things like that.
New fad.
Kinda.
Okay.
Kinda. So there's a lot of people that are like up on their mushrooms.
Mike's going to get a bunch of ads on YouTube now.
Oh, yeah.
About it.
Constant. I've been getting them now on, what was the other day? TikTok. I was just like scrolling through. I'm like, really, mud water? You guys are, they're hardcore. I'm not going to spell it because that's what really.
So is
messes up the
anybody
algorithm.
drinking this said mud water?
Yeah, he ordered some.
Okay.
It's like a substitute coffee, sort of.
All right.
But it doesn't.
Now, how would you describe the taste?
Does it
'Cause I'm
taste like
curious.
coffee?
It tastes more like cinnamon, honestly.
Okay.
Or like, I don't know what reishi
Are
mushrooms.
you supposed to drink it hot or cold?
Hot.
Right.
Hot. They give you a little mechanical whisk too.
Right.
Which is nice.
It's like a science project? What are we talking?
Kind of. Well, I like a good frothy cup.
Okay.
Cup of
One of the
whatever,
ingredients is like pink salt, Himalayan pink salt.
which is
and
awesome.
stuff.
They actually say you should salt your coffee for added, immune benefits and stuff.
What about like, I don't know, blood pressure?
Yeah,
It tastes more like cinnamon, honestly.
It's not like a lethal amount of salt. You're getting, just a little pinch. It's just a hint. Fun fact, if you look at the ingredients list on anything, they are going to put the stuff that's in there the most at the top.
Right. Yeah.
It's
that I
listed
know.
by the amounts of the stuff. So just, based on that, the salt in the ingredients is relatively low. So anyways, I'm curious to try it here on the air because I haven't tried it yet.
I just never heard of it till 2 minutes
Yeah.
ago, so I don't know if I want to. I don't like coffee.
This isn't about what you want, Mike. This is about what they want. This is about what the people want.
Honestly, it doesn't taste like coffee.
Well, I don't know if I want to
It
drink
doesn't-
a hot thing that tastes like cinnamon either.
Which I'm not crazy about the idea either, but I'm curious what it tastes like. And the first time I try it, I want it to be like in a medium where people can experience it with me. So-
y'all have fun with that. I'll
No. You're coming along on this journey with me. You don't understand. We're married. I figured this out yesterday. When we came to the thing where you're like, oh yeah, and I like completed your thought, I was sitting in the bathroom later thinking about us like, I think we're officially radio married.
probably.
Yeah. You're my work wife. You're in this with me.
I
all
think
right?
so. I think so. We're gonna have to Thelma and Louise it, huh?
That's right. We're gonna hold hands and drive off this cliff together. Let's do it.
Or at least the Seinfeld version where they just drive until they run out of gas.
Completely glazing over the fact that yes, I was thinking about us yesterday in the bathroom. Never mind that at all. Never mind that entirely. I think the whole point of this was thank you to McDonald's.
Well,
I'm really trying to say.
I'm touched.
Well, you shouldn't be. You might want to have a doctor check that out.
It started off as a great conversation
It
about
did.
go eat McDonald's food. Now
It drifts. It's what we do.
But point of all that, go to McDonald's,
Yes.
visit any of your McDonald's here, download the app, and any have you seen any
Activities?
activities that you've
Nothing new that I've seen. They did carry over the 29-cent deal. Like
Okay.
buy one, get one for 29 cents. They carried that over for a few days.
nice.
That might actually be one of those that just replenishes every day and just says it expires today, like to make you act.
I like those.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Like
That's a boss
They
move.
did that with the $4.99 20 piece, and I'd be like, oh, it's back again. Oh, it's back again. I was like, are they really taking it away? I don't know, but I'm still getting it. So,
Yeah, actually, now that I think it's the $2 10 piece and the $5 20 piece is what they're doing.
nice.
So
Okay. Well, only way you'll know is if you download that app and give it a use today. And
That's right.
don't forget, you can build rewards. And next thing you know, a few orders, you've got free food coming your way. And it's great. It's perfect, especially if you got a family and you're on the go and, you got to get kids to soccer and 27 other things. Hit through the McDonald's drive-thru. Oh, look. You're going to have points for a Happy Meal. One kid's covered. Boom. Free meal for that child. It
Done.
does work pretty well.
the points add up.
Yep. So download the app, give it a dance, and swing by McDonald's today and have a little breakfast, some lunch, or maybe a little dinner out tonight.
There you go.
Maybe while you're First Friday. First Friday's going on tonight. Maybe swing by a little early, or maybe in the middle of your downtown festivitying, swing on over to McDonald's, get you a milkshake or something like that. Yeah. Swing on by.
Nestled in downtown Roswell.
Love to see you. Speaking of Downtown Roswell.
Speaking of loving to see you.
Yeah, speaking of, I have no connection whatsoever. I'm just going to say things until it sounds like I connected it.
Speaking of wafting a paper in the air, and making a
I can
loose
say
segue.
something. After watching a YouTube video about it, I want them to bring back that commercial, that Mac Tonight.
Mac Tonight, yeah.
Mac Tonight
That's never going to
commercial.
happen because now it's connected to
Yeah,
horrible
but like,
things.
they could bring it back.
Do you remember Mac Tonight?
They could save it.
Yeah,
the moon
the big
face.
moon playing the piano.
Yeah. So
they do the Be a Lady Tonight
Can
ripoff.
Snowburger just put on the moon
it was
mask and
it was a big controversy because obviously they pinched the song Mac the Knife.
Yeah, Mac the Knife and then Mac Tonight.
And they got sued for that. But later on, the character of Mac Tonight got associated with white nationalist groups online.
How did that happen?
It's the same way Pepe the Frog got hoisted as like a mascot for those people. They just pick things that are like memeable.
the internet.
Yeah. It's a weird space out there, man.
Bring it back, Roy.
Bring back Mac Tonight. There you go.
Bring back Mac Tonight, Roy.
I'll put it on myself.
That's
Play
your-
the piano and everything.
That's your charge.
There you go.
That's your charge.
One-man band.
Clear Mac Tonight's name. Mm-hmm. Make Mac Tonight great again.
You can do it. I believe in you, yo. I don't know why, but I do.
First, start by yard sales, seeing if anybody has a moon head for sale.
I had one of those years ago.
Did you?
Yeah. Like the little mini toy? I did.
Oh, I thought it meant like a moon head.
No. That would be awesome.
It's like, where did one locate a moon head?
Well, there are specialty shops. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea.
And does Mac Tonight's head change as the season progresses, or as
No,
the
it
month?
pretty much always just stays a crescent.
Means he got like a full head towards the,
Never see full head Mac Tonight.
or new
I'm feeling a little bloated. I'm not going out tonight. That's
New
basically his period.
new head Mac Tonight.
He only goes out in crescent mode.
I
Yeah.
guess so. Oh well.
That's when you get Party Mac.
So what we've learned so far, thank you to McDonald's. Roy's going to bring back Mac Tonight, and get biscuits and gravy.
Get yourself a whole order of biscuits and gravy.
I'm sorry.
I broke Mike.
They
I'm
make it
sorry.
with care.
I'm sick. I have a cold, and what I realized today? I left the house, and I was about to go. I realized left my glasses. Forgot to put a belt on my shorts. I was sitting there, and I was like, man, my shorts are a little loose. And I was like, oh, I forgot the belt. And then I started to back. I was like, oh, I don't even have my glasses on. I had to go back in the house, grab my glasses, put on a belt. I'm so out of it.
What is it like? I've never understood what it's like to be able to, like, leave a place without your glasses and function. I'm legally blind without my glasses. So if I don't have these on, I can't function.
Well, see, mine's the opposite. I can't see out far.
Right.
I mean, I can see out far, but I can't see detail. Like, I can't read or anything. I can see shapes and all of that. And I can see up close fine. So if I'm reading and doing that stuff, I really don't need my glasses. Mm-hmm. It's when I'm trying to see things or read the TV from here, you know. So I really, and when I wake up in the morning, I can navigate my day without my glasses, getting ready for work and all that stuff. So when I truly notice is when I get in the car, I'm like, oh, yeah, I need to get my glasses on. And then
that feels like magic.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, I'm delaying the rundown. You should do that.
I should do that. I will. We're going to replay a couple interviews here today. We're going to replay our interview with Crystal Noble. She joined us yesterday in the 9 o'clock hour from the Humane Society and gave us an update there. They're doing some renovating, so they gave us an update on that, too. Peggy Bolin with Camp Invention is going to join us in the 8 o'clock hour, give us an update, and, of course, encourage you to sign your kids up for Camp Invention, which we're weeks away now. Mm-hmm. Weeks away.
Fast approaching.
Yeah.
Speaking of targeted advertising on Facebook, I've been getting a lot of Camp Invention ads.
Good for you.
Yeah. It's not really.
Oh, I was like, are they on Facebook?
Yeah,
I haven't seen any.
I keep seeing the little fish tank pop up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with little robot fish.
Cool. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen that on Facebook yet. I kind of wanted to see that.
Yeah, we've just destroyed everybody's Facebook algorithm today. If your phones are listening, get ready for them.
At least somebody is. At least your phones are listening.
Right. At least your phones are listening.
Finally, in the 9 o'clock
It's the
hour.
saddest statement ever. I'm all alone, but at least my phone listens to me. At least the NSA is out there.
Yeah. And then finally, the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to have replay our interview. We had Angie Moore with the Chamber joined us on Wednesday, and she brought some of the fellows from Sun State Technologies. And so we're going to play that interview for you here and learn about Sun State, and then, of course, get updates on Chamber stuff there as well, too. So we'll play that for you in the 9 o'clock hour. Of course, we'll have all of your features and news and all that good stuff. So before we do anything else, let's do the weather. If you enjoyed yesterday, you're not going to like today. It's now hot. It's not going to be pleasant middle 80s anymore. Now it's like 100 and windy and all that. So here it is. Drink it in. Love to be a lady tonight.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We've got a very hot weekend coming up. Summer-like daytime highs. Mid-90s today. Gusty wind, and we'll have lots of sunshine with high pressure in place. For the overnight hours, upper 50s and clear, and then we'll be hitting the 100-degree mark on Saturday. Wind gusting 35 miles an hour and sunny. We're in the upper 90s, breezy and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 54 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 25% with winds out of the north at 5 miles per hour. Red flag warning in effect today. That will kick in at noon. Remain in effect through 8 p.m. this evening. That's because, well, it's going to get warm and a little breezy. Sunny, 97 our high today. Winds will be out of the southwest 5 to 10 early. 10 to 15 later today. It's not too bad as far as winds go today. Tonight, clear skies with an overnight low of 57. Southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, we're going to break the century mark. Sunny, high of 101. Winds will be out of the southwest early, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Later today, picking up 15 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. So, yeah, it's going to be like living in that big hairdryer thing at the beauty salon. Saturday night, tomorrow night, clear skies, overnight low of 59. Southwest winds 15 to 20. They'll drop down 10 to 15 after midnight. Sunday, more of the same. Sunny, hot, highs near 100, 99 officially. Winds will be up out of the southwest 10 to 15 early. Later in the day, increasing 20 to 25, gusting as high is 35 miles per hour. Sunday night, actually warm overnight, clear skies and windy with an overnight low of 60. Yeah, we're not even going to get to the 50s overnight. And then when you head back to work on Monday in school, sunny, breezy, high of 98. Don't want to get anybody too excited, but Wednesday of next week, they're saying there's like a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Of course, we got a lot of time between now and then, but just looking ahead, that's what they got going on. So cross your fingers and toes and all that. All right, 7:23. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to play our interview with Crystal Noble we had yesterday from the Roswell Humane Society. That's on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years. From in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical. To remember.
A great man once said, I think there are times when we all have a little bit of frog mania inside of us. We feel like a klutz. We feel plain, not witty or clever. We say the wrong words and do the wrong things. We feel ugly, out of fashion, and we just don't fit in. Sometimes we feel like a frog waiting to be kissed so we can turn into the prince we always wanted to be. Let me remind us of the words of a guy named John and what he wrote in the scriptures. John said, how great is the love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God. In his book, Never Lick a Moving Blender, Marvin Phillips reminds us that Jesus was a frog kisser. He loved those no one loved, he ate with those no one would eat with, and he touched those no one would touch. You know, the frogs. So this week, remember, there is one who loves you, no matter how froggish you are.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday.
located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
At LeGrand Funeral Chapel, we believe that every funeral should be a reflection of the life it honors. The joys, the triumphs, the faith, the family, and so much more. For us, no detail is too small, no request too big. This is Rosa Aguilar. When the time comes to choose a funeral home, we hope you'll let us serve your family. At LeGrand Funeral Chapel and Crematory, we make it personal.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. There are 293 ways to make change for $1. Try all 293 on the guy who keeps borrowing money from you. Here's Mike Winters.
Is 24 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in the studio this morning from the Roswell Humane Society, Crystal Noble back with us. Good morning. How are you today?
I am good, enjoying this nice weather.
Nice weather, beautiful weather before the hotness gets in.
I know, Saturday's going to be 101.
101 and then like 99 on Sunday, so and 97 tomorrow. So
might as well just be 100.
Yeah, so enjoy today's 86 and not as breezy. So
yeah, because isn't it going to be windy Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Yeah, breezy is the term they use. More windy Saturday, but breezy tomorrow and windy and.
I want to know what classifies wind to breeze, breeze to wind. You know.
I notice like when they tell me a gust, that's when they say windy. But if they say winds 20 to 25, they call that breezy. But when I say gusting to 30, then they call it windy. I think. At least that's the pattern I notice when I see the weather.
Okay, so
reports.
we're gonna say that it's just breezy all year round in Roswell?
Pretty much. We're full of hot air.
That's why we should have the hot air balloon fiesta here.
Right? Yeah, exactly. But I'm guessing we are talking warmer weather, which means we're getting into the season where you shouldn't be putting your dogs in the cars and all that kind of stuff and leaving them unattended in vehicles because it's getting hot again.
It is. We have already restricted walking times.
Okay.
Because when it's 100 degrees outside, that asphalt heats up even more.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's above 85 degrees, that asphalt's already at about 112 degrees.
Yeah.
So if you're wanting to walk dogs, morning times, anywhere between 9 and 10:30, 11 o'clock. After 11 o'clock, it's pretty hot on that asphalt. So
gotcha.
Early morning times for walking.
Yeah, or I guess another option would be invest in some doggy shoes. Maybe if you can't do it, if you have only time in the afternoon to do it, then pick grassy areas and maybe get some doggy shoes to protect them paws a little bit.
And enjoy watching your dog flip around.
I imagine, it's going to be some training involved to get them to used to it. But I'm guessing bigger dogs would be a little more receptive than little dogs. No?
No. They all equally hate it.
I thought they have a little more patience, but maybe not.
They just have bigger jaws to rip them off quicker.
You know what it is? The only time I ever see dogs wearing them are like working dogs, like the search and rescue and
the dogs that are trained in them.
And most of them are bigger dogs, so that's why I just kind of assume in my head that they'll like it. But but you're right. You need to avoid that kind of stuff, or if that's the case, then keep them off the asphalt. Take them to the park where they can run around the grass, but limit the exposure. Bring plenty of water with you. But when you do transport the dogs, limit their time on the sidewalks and asphalt because, here in New Mexico, it will burn their paws, and it'll do it easily.
Very easily.
And it doesn't have to be as hot as you think to do it either.
No, and it's already tick time, flea and tick time.
So
Seeing a lot of fleas and ticks.
So start putting your flea and tick, if you stop doing that regime, start picking it back up again here because we're getting into that season.
Yeah, we had one of our volunteers was walking one of the dogs at the park directly behind us, and she came back with like 5 ticks on her, and she was only out there for like 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And so...
Well, that's probably good sage advice for humans, too. Check yourselves real good for ticks if you're out and about.
If you do take your dogs to the parks, please check them over thoroughly before going home. Make sure you're using your flea and tick medications.
And that's the thing. If you're regular with a lot, especially the more I'm not talking about those little collars you buy at the store real cheap.
No,
but
those don't work.
But your front lines and things like that, there's a couple of good ones out there.
There's NexGard, Brevecto, Frontline.
If you use them as advertised, you'll have zero problem with ticks and fleas and that kind of stuff. There is no problem if you. Usually, if I know with Frontline, it was like a once a month thing. I have cats now, so it's a little different. But when I had my sissy, that was what we did once a month, and she had not one issue every time we did that. So.
No, and they now have several different ones, but there's the Revolution, which actually has the heart guard.
Oh, it's a combo
in it,
okay.
But they have to be tested prior to.
Yeah, you can't take a heart guard or a heartworm medicine unless they've been tested for heartworm, because if they have heartworm and take it, it'll kill them.
So when you do the Revolution, if you have your animals on Revolution, it treats for the fleas and ticks and the heartworm.
Okay. How do they present that? Because like usually heart is like something they eat, and then the flea stuff's something you put on them.
Actually, the Brevecto and the Next Guards are chewables.
Okay.
So they have the oral and topical.
So I guess it makes their blood taste gross, so that the ticks and fleas don't want to come on or something.
With the Next Guard and the Brevecto, what it is it doesn't have anything that repels them off of the dogs, but if they bite your animal, it kills them instantly.
I gotcha. So they won't hang out.
They won't lay eggs.
Okay.
As to where, like, the Revolution and the Next Guard, they repel them off your animal so that way they don't get on there, but they still live.
I got you.
But you can't do...
So really, the ideal thing is, especially if you have a backyard and things, is to treat your backyard for the fleas and ticks. Yes. Put them on something like that, and then you're pretty good shape to go.
Right, and you cannot use an oral and a topical together.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you can't have the one that if they bite them it kills them, and the one that repels, because you will hurt your animal. So you have to choose which one you want to use.
Okay.
And then stick to that one.
And I'm telling you, if this all sounds confusing, talk to your veterinarian. Your vet will explain all this to them. And if I remember right, these are all medicines that are vet prescribed anyway. These aren't ones you can just buy on the shelf without a veterinarian's.
Actually, you can get Next Guard and Revolution on Chewies and some of the vet sites, because they're not heart guard.
Okay, I got you.
They're just a flea and tick medication.
Okay. I haven't thought like Frontline I had to get from my vet back in the day. But
back
maybe
in the
not.
day, yes.
Yeah.
But now you can order Frontline.
Okay.
You just can't order anything that's got like the heartworm stuff in it without a prescription.
Well, call your vet if you get it and you have any questions, or even if it's like, look, I have this. Is there anything I need to do or not do before I do this? In the vet office, I'm sure will be happy to give you that information. So if you have any questions, or check with your vet, because I hate for you to do something you think is doing good for your pet and turns out to not be good for your pet.
Yeah. So always check with them before you give them anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's really easy to try to do something right and it backfire. So always check with your veterinarian before doing anything. The majority of the time you can call up there, and the girls or guys, whoever answers the phone, can say, yeah, it's okay to go ahead and give them that, or no, it's not.
Sure.
Or just schedule an appointment, go in and talk to your vet. Say, hey, I have questions about this.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what are your aspects on this, and how do you feel this versus this?
Yeah. I'm curious, is this dated technology still, how they used to do the dips for dogs? Is that something that's still done, or is that kind of outdated technology?
It is still done. However, the majority of the dips that are used for the dogs are basically cattle grade.
Okay.
And
it's too much for a dog. It's more livestock.
You can dilute it down.
Okay.
And use it for dipping your dog. But it's not as effective as, like, the Chewy.
We just got better technology.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Or better products out there.
Like, a dip is, like, instantly to drown them out and kill them.
Yeah.
Because it's perithrin.
Like, when I was a kid, when we had dogs, that was kind of the be-all for flea and ticks. Like, get your dog dipped. Now, as an adult, then they had the front lines and all. I just didn't know if that was still done or...
It's not commonly done unless, like, the animal... like emergency needs to have something done, like a surgery or something, then they dip the animal right away.
Okay, I got you.
As to where like the other medications has to go through their bloodstream and takes a little bit longer.
Work its time,
But if they need like something right then and right there,
Okay, I was just curious because I hadn't heard about it in a while, and I was like, is that still a thing, or is that?
But what's really sad, and I'm only speaking for here locally, Roswell, is we don't have true winters. So our ticks and fleas never really die off.
They don't get a chance to have a season for them. They're just here.
They're here all year round. And a lot of the times we have fleas and ticks during the winter months. But before Next Guard and Revolution and Brevecto, we used to dip every animal that came into the shelter. The ticks were immune to the dip and would not die.
Wow, they built a tolerance to it.
They built a tolerance to it. because it's widely used at the dairies, because they have to put medications on the
kind of like
cows.
antibiotics. You go too much of them, you build an immunity to them at some point. Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why we had to find another resource for fleas and ticks, is because we were dipping dogs and it was not killing them. They were not, nothing was happening. And I was like,
so it just became ineffective.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
And, they reformulate, stuff all the time. But just like with parvo never dies out here because we don't have true winters.
There's enough. It's not cold enough to kill the bacteria.
So it's always mutating and building and getting stronger. And, they have to alter our vaccinations. That's to where with dips and stuff, you can only alter it so much for it to be animal safe.
Gotcha. Interesting. So, so really the point is just be on guard for with this kind of stuff.
Yes. And mosquitoes. Mosquitoes have already started swarming.
We do get them here. We don't have them as bad as other moisture-laden areas, but we do get mosquitoes here.
If you live in the city limits, you don't have them as bad as you do in the county.
Yeah, this is true.
Learning this from last night event at home, our mosquitoes are full force and hungry.
Well, and that's just it. We live in a world here that if you have any kind of body of water, a puddle, a bird bath, overnight you could breed 1,000 mosquitoes. It's just because that's how they reproduce is water, and that's why we don't have it as bad as, say,
Texas,
or New Orleans would have it. But but nonetheless, it's a dry. Once they get out and about, they thrive here. It's just, and they carry the West Nile and all the other communicable diseases that they can spread.
And if you have, other animals versus cats and dogs, mosquitoes will bite other animals.
Mm-hmm.
They thrive on blood, and they don't care if it's animal related or human related. They thrive on blood. And that's one of the reasons why mosquitoes are so deadly, is they can go and bite this person, bite this animal, bite this person.
And then spread. If it bit something that's got something, then whatever it bites afterwards is going to get it too.
Right.
It's, assuming it's something that's that contagious,
Right.
And not can't fight off antibodies and all that. Yeah.
There's actually a vaccination for horses to prevent fleas. Or, sorry, not fleas, mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes, okay.
Because there's a disease that mosquitoes can give horses that it's kind of like the mad cow disease in a horse.
Okay.
But the mosquitoes are really bad in our area, especially out in the county areas where, there are little bodies of water.
Sure.
And,
yeah.
When
water and holes to feed animals and various things like that.
And you're the only blood supply in like a 50-acre area.
It's a smorgasbord for these things.
It is.
Yeah, it really is.
If you take your dogs out on hikes and stuff like that, make sure they have these little bands that are like mosquito repellent.
Yeah.
Put them around your dog's paws.
It's kind of like those off things that they clip-ons for us.
Yes.
I don't know how well they work, but I've seen
don't.
them out there. I didn't know they have a kind of a version for animals.
Well, they're the old keychains that were like that stretchable.
Oh yeah.
Rubbery type thing.
Yeah.
So they have those, and it's a mosquito repellent that you can put on your dogs. They just can't eat or chew on them.
Okay.
So if you put a couple around their collar,
don't let them get to it.
While you're out like hiking, camping, anything like that, to help repel the mosquitoes from them, because the mosquitoes will go nuts for your dogs out there as well as they will go nuts for you.
Gotcha.
And I think Big Five carries them. Walmart used to carry them. I haven't seen them at Walmart in a while.
Okay.
But you can order them on Amazon too.
Okay. Yeah, I say it's the COVID world, so supply and demand, it might be a little bit different now, but you can find them out there either online or like I said, Big Five. You've seen them there, and just keep checking back, and then and you could always ask your vets about them too, and they can give you more information too if you have more questions or things about it there. And I'm sure just like Petco or any of those carry that kind of stuff too.
I'm not sure exactly what Petco carries for like repelling mosquitoes from dogs. I know that they carry like the sprays to like kill.
Sure.
But
I didn't know if they had those there too or not.
I haven't seen them, but I haven't even looked for them there because I wouldn't think to look for that at Petco.
Really?
Because the bands are they're for humans. That's why I said put it around the collar.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's where I missed that part. I thought they were.
They're for us.
Okay.
But if you put them around your dog's collar, so that way that repels, because that's what it's supposed to do.
I'm surprised they don't make a doggy version now. Like
they might.
You know what I mean? It's you know what? Oh, I wanted to have a whole discussion about this, and I did. I saw a thing on Facebook yesterday. It's this toothbrush for kids, but it looks like a mouth guard on a stick. You know, like a mouth guard for sports or whatever. It looks like that on a stick, but inside the mouth guard's these little brushy nubbins. And so what you do is the kid puts the thing in its mouth like a mouth guard, and then uses the stick and just goes back and forth. And apparently it brushes the teeth and everything, so it's like great for kids. And I was like, man, they should make an adult version. And if you go to the website, there is an adult version of this thing. And I am gonna lie, I'm kind of curious about it. And so
okay. I thought you were saying they should make it for dogs, so it's easier for.
Well, you know what? I would say yes. A dog version might, maybe.
Because have you ever tried to brush your dog's teeth?
Yeah, it's a royal pain in the tail.
It is.
That design would not work for dogs because their mouth shape different. But I wonder if there could be a.
Well, they could do like a half guard, you know, where you put it on there and you just like playing tug of war with your dog.
Yeah, and they might turn into a game or something.
And then flip over to the other side.
But I was thinking, maybe they should make an adult version of that. So when you said the mosquito thing, I was like, well, make a dog version. So, but anyway, be on the lookout for that. But yeah, we better talk. As far as what's at the shelter right now, how's the pets looking, and how many are ready for loving homes here?
We have quite a bit. Coming up next week, we will have a litter of 14 Chihuahuas.
Oh wow!
That will. About half of them are of weight, so only half of them will be going up for adoption.
Okay.
The other half still are under 1 pound.
So they'll be a couple weeks behind them or whatever.
But the ones that are at the 2.2 pound mark coming next Tuesday, they will be out of quarantine.
Did Mama have them at the shelter?
No, they were found in the side of the road out by the baseball field on Sunset in a collapsible dog crate.
Someone dumped them there? Savages.
Yeah.
This is what's wrong with this town. This is why we have a problem in this town, because of people like this. And that's why the Humane Society does such great work to combat this stuff. So, folks, if you see that kind of activity, please report it. If you see people doing this kind of stuff, report it. Don't make it your business, because this is just brutally wrong what these people are doing.
You can't help an animal if you don't speak for an animal. You have to be the voice of animals, because unfortunately they don't have ways of communicating with us.
And I'm glad someone found it and was able to get it to you guys, or if it was you yourself or whoever, I'm glad
a lady called Animal Control, and Animal Control called and said, hey, do you want some puppies? So they picked them up and brought them to me.
Bet they're fun little guys on's they
There's a few of them that, oh my gosh. I don't need another dog, but there's a few of them that are making me consider this.
Yeah. So any Chihuahua fans looking to add a few members to the family, we got a few that are coming up and a few right behind them. So if you don't like, if those don't kind of mesh with you, we got a few more waiting in the wings here.
Yes, they have to make the 2.2 pound mark. Okay. And a good portion of them are over the 2 pound mark. But there's a few of them that I'm pretty sure they might not ever make the 2 pound mark.
They're just little?
They're little bitty.
You think they're premature or something?
No. It's just, so Chihuahuas originally are meant to be small.
Right.
And then people wanted to make itty bitty Chihuahuas, so they developed the teacup Chihuahua.
Oh, so it's just crossbreeding.
So I think, mommy was itty bitty, or daddy was itty bitty and mommy was a little bit bigger, because they're not big. And, the ones that are small, they're like palm of my hand small.
Oh, man, little pocket dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I call them shelf dogs because all dogs sit here.
Yeah.
So.
I can do that pretty soon.
My Great Dane thinks he's still a shelf dog.
Couple more burgers and I'll be right there.
All right, Mike. We're going to get you sized up. You want to push up, bro?
Not yet, but soon. Wait till I start tripping over them. But
they will go up for adoption once they hit surgery weight. So as long as everything stays good. Luckily, we have not had any issues with parvo or distemper so far.
Good.
I know there's other shelters around us. I know Hobbs is being annihilated by distemper.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
And a lot of part of Texas, the southwestern part of Texas that kind of butts up against Hobbs area, they're having a lot of issues with distemper. So Distemper typically is not this early in the year, but we're already reaching highs that we normally don't have this time of the year.
The weather's kind of dictating it to kind of spread earlier than expected.
So, if you don't have your animals vaccinated, please get them vaccinated. It is easily spreaded.
That's just it. It's one of those things that can easily kill your dog, but is also easily prevented.
It is.
And that's one of these things that you get the shot, you have zero issues. If you don't, it's a crapshoot, and you don't want to play those odds.
You know, with any vaccination, just like when we go get our flu shots, pneumonia shots, whatever, it's a live virus.
Mm-hmm.
So you are administering that virus into your body, and yeah, it might not make you feel good for a couple of days after, but that's because your body is building immunities against it to fight it off if it comes back into your system.
Now your body recognizes and knows what to do to attack it.
Right. And it's the same with parvo distemper vaccinations. You are administering a live virus into that animal, and some animals, you know, they don't get feeling funky. Some do.
Sure.
But it's not a 100% preventative from getting it, but it's less likely that your animal will get it if they do get the vaccinations. Now, however, if your animal is vaccinated and they do catch parvo or distemper, the treatment is a lot more effective and a lot less cost-wise.
Okay. So the survivability goes up tenfold when they're vaccinated.
Does.
Gotcha. Okay.
It really does. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, parvo is very expensive to treat.
I've always assumed it was kind of a death sentence for dogs when they got it usually. And
it's 98% a death sentence because the majority of the dogs are not vaccinated that do come in contact and catch parvo.
Gotcha.
So, and a lot of people think, you know, oh, my dog had parvo as a puppy and I treated it. They're mistaken because there is a virus called corona.
Okay.
Which is nothing like our coronavirus. It is basically parvo, but on a milder level.
I got you.
And
Parvo
that
light.
is treatable.
Okay.
And it has the exact same symptoms as parvo. Now, it can kill them the same as parvo if not treated.
But not as severe.
But
you got more time with this one to get it treated.
if, you know, your animal is showing signs of parvo and you take it to the vet, and they're always going to treat as parvo because that is more common than corona. But corona, you know, in a day or two, your animal's back up, eating, gaining weight.
So they're going to respond to the parvo treatment a lot quicker than a dog with parvo.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So
Makes
that's,
sense.
you know, the difference in parvo and corona.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, there is a vaccination for corona. However, we're not more apt to have it here because we are not in, like, the humidity areas, but it is here. It's just not as spread as parvo is.
Put it this way, you're more worried about the parvo, and if someone has the corona, the parvo will fix that. So regardless, we're going to treat it as parvo, and it's going to cover the basis, whether it's parvo or corona. Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
I do want to talk about something for the thrift store really quick, and then and for us. We're still having a little bit of.
You had to delay the opening.
We reopened.
Yes.
Once all the rest of the materials come in, we'll have that section of the store blocked off and closed.
Okay.
Yes, because
so we're still got a little bit more remodeling going or renovations going.
Unfortunately, because of the lack of materials, you know, the book room is not finished.
Okay.
So our book room is completely closed off. Once the rest of the materials come in, and Camille's husband, who is volunteering and donating his time in building the shelves for us.
Exactly, yeah.
Gets those finished, then the book room will be back up and operating.
Well, good.
They are, for this Friday, for Mother's Day, they're doing all ladies' wear, purses, and wallets are going to be half off.
Nice. Save some cash.
And that's going to be tomorrow.
And I know there's a lot of women, my wife included, that have purse and wallet fetishes.
Okay, so I don't have a fetish with purses and wallets as I do Tupperware and storage containers that my husband can content to 19 totes of kitchen items. But there have, since they closed down and were able to pull out some of the other stuff that had been donated and sort through stuff, They've got so many brand new purses out there that still have the tags from the store that are really nice, like the designer looking purses.
I'm about to say, you could probably slip a few designer ones in there. Instead of paying $300 for it, you get it for a fraction of that.
And they got a lot of wallets. Some of them have matching wallets that came with them. They got a nice selection of dresses, like really nice summer dresses that are brand new, still with tags on them. So if you're one of the ladies who likes to dress in the summertime and wear dresses and all of that, they have a lot.
Summer dress party type stuff?
They do.
Yeah.
And they actually have 2 of these really cool looking old style trunks.
Okay.
Like, back in the day, I say back in the day, like I was alive and then, but where, you like
the cedar trunks? Or,
like when,
or like a treasure
suitcases
chest?
used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, the old trunks like that. So, like, you would pack your stuff, lock your trunk, and throw it on the back of your wagon.
But it's one of the old ones, the solid ones, not the particle board ones you find today and
they
all
got
that.
2 of them.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then they've pulled out all of their summer clothing. So, shorts, swim shirts, tank tops. They've got everything is restocked, all summer clothing. Kids, women's, men's. It's all out.
Get your shorts on and tank tops and tube tops and all that good stuff.
And just a whole bunch of new clothing in general, new shoes. They went through and cleaned everything out and restocked with all brand new items. New, everything.
So it's game on. If you haven't been in a while, come
It
and
is.
see the new stuff. And like you said, the books will be coming. Thank you to those volunteers because, again, all these stuff we're talking about, these are people donating time, money, effort. These are people that are doing it out of the kindness in their heart, and we appreciate that. That's they care about the animals and they care about what's going on there. And so, but like you said, it's on their time. So give him some time. Let him when he gets in there, when he gets another day off that he can work on it, he's gonna work on it.
Yeah, and then this Saturday, the thrift store and the kennels will both be closed.
Okay.
One of the original founders of the Humane Society recently passed away, and their funeral services are this Saturday.
Sorry to hear that.
So we will be closed for that.
Okay.
There's going to be signs on the door saying closed, but just wanted to let everybody know ahead of time. We will be closed this Saturday for one of the original founders.
But reopen normal hours by next week.
Yes.
Excellent.
We were just going to be closed for the day for the services and to be with their family, who's been a part of our family at the Humane Society for years.
Well, and that's just it. The people that day in and day out are a part of that thing are close-knit family, and because and it's one of those things because you all see the most awesome stuff and the most worst stuff together, and that kind of does create a bond a little bit when you do that. And so you have those moments of joy and excitement, but then those moments where you see a bunch of chihuahuas in a cooler on the side of the road just being left there. So that's the kind of stuff we're talking about.
Yeah. So.
And I'm sure that's the tame end. You know what I'm saying? People do a lot worse than what just leaving some dogs on the side of the road.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I mean, is as sad as that is to think of, that's on the tame end, unfortunately. But anyway, of course, another way to help out is become a member.
Yes.
If you go to roswellhumane.org, you can see every single animal that is calling the Humane Society home.
Our website is currently on the fritz.
All right, so don't go there right now.
So I don't know why, but we recently were updating it, and then it updated to a date back in like 2018.
Oh, it reverted back to a couple years ago.
And we couldn't get it to undo. So we're waiting for GoDaddy to
some
work
IT
that
people.
tech out.
Okay.
Because this lady called, she's like, hi, yeah, I was looking at this blah, blah, blah dog. I'm like, we don't have that dog. And she goes, it's on your website. And I open up the website, and I'm like, we got problems. So
maybe Facebook is probably better, more reliable.
I haven't had a chance to post anything on Facebook with current pictures.
But if you want to reach out, that's a good way to do it.
If you want to reach out, just send me a message to the Facebook Messenger. It goes right to my phone or to Felicia. One of us will get to you.
And check back with the website. They'll keep
they said it should be 48 hours, so hopefully by tomorrow or
good.
so. Today or tomorrow it
but
should be.
But it's a great way to check out. And when it is back up, you're going to see some of the pets that'll have not of it, including some of those chihuahuas.
Yes.
And that just means they're still in quarantine. It doesn't mean they're adopted. If they're up on there, whether they have a not available or not, they are going to be available or are available for adoption at some point. So.
Right. So the not available just basically means that they, 1, don't weigh enough, or 2, they don't have all their vaccinations, or 3, they might be on a medication.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, they're at a point where they're just not able to go to a home yet until whatever situations taken care of there. Of course, you can always come by the Humane Society, which is located right next to Animal Control there on East McGaffey. The thrift store is right next door, so if
you could hit a threefer.
Exactly. So if you're in the Humane Society and none of the animals connect or speak to you in any way, shape, or form, walk right next door to Animal Control. Regardless of what building you take an animal out of, you're rescuing a pet.
Right. Saving a life is saving a life, whether it's from us or Animal Control.
Yeah.
Our main goal is to find homes for these animals, loving homes that are going to take care of them, provide for them, and treat them as a family member.
Absolutely. And if you're willing to do that, then the Humane Society would love to have you be a foster or a full permanent home for these pets. That's full-time parents for these. And I'm telling you, you'll love it. The cats, dogs, they all have their most unique things. And if you don't have a yard and things like that, maybe a cat would be a better option for you. And
we do have plenty, to choose from. So
yeah, you guys are always usually pretty fully stocked with cats. So is there anything we missed?
I don't think so.
And again, don't forget, this Saturday, the Humane Society and the thrift store will be closed for a funeral, but we'll be return open. I guess the thrift store will be, Wednesday?
Yeah, we'll be back Tuesday, 9 a.m., and then the thrift store will be back open Wednesday at 10 a.m.
Excellent. Well, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Yes.
Update, I'm Jared Sorello. Organizations putting on tourism-related events can find applications and other information about requesting City of Roswell lodgers tax funding online at the city's website. Lodgers tax is a 5% tax paid by customers of hotels, motels, and other lodging establishments. State law allows municipalities to collect the tax through lodging businesses. The revenue from the tax is then used on tourism-related promotion of the city and for expenses related to tourism events and certain facilities. On the police beat now, Roswell police asking for some help in finding two people of interest wanted for questioning in the December shooting death of an 18-year-old at a Southwest Roswell apartment building. David Gonzalez was found dead on December 26th at the Saddle Creek Apartments in the 1900 block of South Sunset Avenue. Now, RPD is looking for 18-year-old Miguel Angel Ramirez Gallegos and 19-year-old Destiny Loya. If you know anything, you're urged to call 575-624-6770. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Well, Jose Nadal from NMMI only got in one match at the Class 4A Boys Singles Championships, but of all the folks that did not win the championship, he probably looked the best. He took eventual champion Luciano Silveria from Hope Christian to the wire, losing in 3 sets to Silveria by a score of 6-2, 2-6, 6-4. Jose had gotten into the quarterfinal round through default, I guess, because his opponent forfeited. Silveria ended up winning the state championship the next 2 rounds, winning in straight sets against opponents. And we also have news about Avery Williams from Goddard. She lost in the championship of the 4A girls draw to Tatiana Dalton from St. Pius, but a good year for Avery Williams. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. When the Federal Reserve raises interest rates, as it did Wednesday, the impact doesn't stop with U.S. home buyers paying more for mortgages or business owners. The fallout can be felt beyond America's borders, hitting shopkeepers and families in poorer countries around the world. The impacts abroad range from higher borrowing costs to depreciating currencies. Analysts say it will put pressure on all types of developing countries. Boeing says it will move its headquarters from Chicago to Washington, D.C., where company executives would be closer to key federal government officials. The company said it will use its campus in Arlington, Virginia, as its new headquarters, and it plans to develop research and technology hubs in the area. Boeing CEO David Calhoun said the region makes strategic sense for global headquarters given its proximity to customers and stakeholders and its access to world-class engineering and technical talent. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Hunting season's here again, and LGS Guns and Ammo is stocked up for your next hunt with everything you need. The draw results for New Mexico are in. Put that hunting, fishing, or trapping license of yours to good use and get to LGS Guns and Ammo for the hunting gear you need. Rifles, ammo, scopes, optics, binoculars, and so much more. From brands you know, like Ruger, Sulking, Vortex, and Burris Optics. Right now, take 10% off all firearms, 15% off accessories, and 15% off all Liberty safes. Do hunting season right with LGS Guns and Ammo across from Target in Roswell and at 109 North El Paso in Hobbs.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
Talk radio has landed on the all-new 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
I'm Rich Thomason. Above and beyond, U.S. employers expanding payrolls by more than expected last month.
The Labor Department says America's employers added 428,000 jobs last month, while the unemployment rate remained at 3.6%. The latest employment figures did contain a few cautionary notes. The government revised down its estimate of job gains for February and March by a combined 39,000, and the number of people in the labor force declined in April by 363,000, the first drop since September.
That's correspondent Jeremy House. The UN has evacuated more Ukrainian civilians trapped below ground in a massive industrial complex in Mariupol as Russians continue an all-out assault on the steel plant. The BBC's James Waterhouse.
The authorities are telling us that it's reached its next phase. They haven't elaborated, but I think what we can take from that is that efforts are continuing today to try and get the estimated 200 civilians and 20 children still trapped in the Azovstal steel works, where what is looking like the last stand is taking place from those Ukrainian fighters. Mariupol is looking like it may finally fall in the coming days and weeks. It's a city that's been strategically significant in the eyes of the Russians since the start of this war.
And Ukraine's presidential office says almost 500 civilians have been rescued from the Mariupol steel plant. Former Vice President Pence saying that a leaked draft opinion suggesting that the Supreme Court could be poised to overturn Roe v. Wade could have a favorable impact on pro-life candidates in the upcoming midterm elections. Heavy losses so far this morning on Wall Street. The Dow now down 493 points. The Nasdaq off 310. The S&P down 70 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
There has been no evidence of widespread voter fraud.
The 2020 elections were one of the most corrupt in history. See the proof for yourself.
We tracked 2,000 mules making multiple ballot drops.
2,000 Mules, the shocking new movie from Dinesh D'Souza.
One mule made 53 trips to 20 drop boxes.
2,000 Mules. Join the special virtual premiere and Q&A on May 7th. Get your tickets now. Available only at 2000mules.com. 2000mules.com. Sponsored by Salem Media Group.
If you're with Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, join the flood of people switching to Pure Talk. The average family saves over $800 a year by switching. Get unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data for just $30 a month. Or if you still want unlimited data, you can get that and still save a fortune. Go to puretalk.com, type in your address to find the coverage at your home, then enter promo code HALF-OFF, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. That's puretalk.com, promo code HALF-OFF.
The votes have been cast in local elections across the UK, and the early indications are that the governing Conservative Party lost seats in local councils. The BBC's Rob Watson reports.
The results so far suggest losses for Boris Johnson's Conservative Party, but it's far from clear whether heavy enough to prompt a challenge to his leadership. The main opposition Labour Party has made some gains, but the results don't suggest a party poised to sweep back into power in a national election. Later on Friday, all eyes will be on Northern Ireland, where it's possible that a party that favours a united Ireland might emerge with more seats than any other for the first time in the province's 100-year history.
The vote for more than 200 local councils viewed as an important barometer of public opinion ahead of the next national election in the UK. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. Do you think the cost of mailing a letter is high now?
Postmaster General Louis DeJoy says Americans should get used to uncomfortable postage rate increases. DeJoy says he'll advocate for the Board of Governors to continue raising rates until the Postal Service meets its goal of becoming self-sustaining. He said the service was severely damaged by at least 10 years of a defective pricing model that cannot be overcome with 1 or 2 annual price increases, especially in times of inflation. Rhonda Rockster reporting.
Mexican President Lopez Obrador has started a 5-day tour of 4 Central American countries and Cuba by lashing out at the U.S. Lopez Obrador criticizing Washington for being quick to send billions of dollars to Ukraine, while he says it drags its feet on development aid to Central America. The first stop of his tour was Guatemala. Once again on Wall Street, the Dow down 493 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tabloid said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Oh, Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday.
Welcome to it.
Yeah. Welcome to your Friday. I
We
hope it's,
did it, everybody.
Going super stupendous.
Mm-hmm. Stupendous is one of those words you don't hear very often.
I like the word.
It is. It's a nice one.
I like what's going on in the other room?
Just your guest is here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's recently re-entered the vernacular because of WrestleMania. It was made fun of online because they decided to brand this year's WrestleMania as the most stupendous 2-night WrestleMania in history.
Oh.
And so everybody online was like, it's a weird word to use to describe it, but yeah, by all intents and purposes, it was a stupendous show this year.
Oh, good. I like the word stupendous.
It's nice. It's multi-syllable.
Yeah.
You know, it feels nice.
Draws attention.
It's right up there with vernacular.
That's right.
I could just say vocabulary, but vernacular just it feels fancier.
Sounds smarter.
That's right.
Sounds more educated.
Mm-hmm. It's like the Dijon mustard of words.
There you go. The Grey Poupon.
Grey Poupon.
Speaking of food, it is McDonald's Friday.
Yes.
Got to thank the fine folks at McDonald's. Oh, by the way, I just saw on Facebook, Roswell and McDonald's in particular made Jeopardy last night.
Did we really?
Yes.
Nice.
The answer was close encounters have been had at the UFO-themed McDonald's in this New Mexico town. We all know the question
What is Roswell, New Mexico?
What is Roswell, New Mexico?
Nice.
Yay, our UFO McDonald's made Jeopardy last night.
Is it still Maya Bialik hosting?
I don't know. I haven't. I think she only does special. I don't know. I haven't watched the regular show.
Yeah, it's been a long
time. I know
time.
they got a guy, and then they had to get rid of him because he got Me Too'd or something.
Yeah.
And then Maya Bialik was doing like the celebrity or college or tournament champion. She was doing all the special ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure if she's the regular. I don't know. I'll tune in one weekday night and see see who's taken over. I'm so out of it on that.
I went through a weird phase where I watched a lot of I would make sure to watch Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy. There's your answer right there. But I feel like if I'm committed to watching it on a regular basis, that I'm admitting that I'm old. Like if I commit to watching Jeopardy, that's going to be one of those where I do it with like a thatchwork blanket over my lap.
Really?
Maybe a cat at the reach.
I used to watch Jeopardy a lot when I was younger. I've watched it less now. When there was less streaming and all of those things, I would tune into Jeopardy quite regularly. Because I felt smart when I knew some of the answers, especially the first board. Like the first board's usually easier than the second board. But I get through it, I'm like, I knew like half the answers in the first board. But then you get the second board, and you're like, all right, I'm not as smart as I think I am.
I'm the kind of viewer that I'll watch the topics. And if I'm not into any of the topics, I'm like, nah.
Move on.
I'm good. 18th century, nah, I'm good. Quote and quotables? I'm in.
Things with the word "the" in it.
That's a fun fact. Every episode of Celebrity Jeopardy on SNL featured the category potent potables. They never actually hit it, but every single one featured potent potables.
Yeah, I think that was a popular Jeopardy topic.
Yeah.
I think, like over time. I don't know. It's kind of like, all the other game shows. Price is Right out there. I'm sure they have their little patterns and quirks and things.
The day is mine. Buckfutter. Such a great classic piece of
Burt Reynolds is with us today. No, new name. Turd Ferguson.
Turd Ferguson.
It's funny.
Turd
People
Ferguson.
like it.
They like it.
Why do you have I got a big hat. People like it.
They like a big hat. And then what was the other one? It was Adam Sandler. It was who was Jimmy Fallon doing Adam Sandler?
I think so. Yeah.
There were these people, and they were in a boat, and it was like, come to the back of the boat.
Didn't Tom Hanks guest star in one of those Jeopardies?
I'm sure at one point, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it was the Sean Connery and Tom Hanks. I'll take the rapist for 200.
Some of those you just can't even see on the radio.
I'll take the rapist for 600. Alex, and he's like, that's therapists.
I'd like to ask you about the penis mightier.
Yeah, that's one of my that was one of my favorite SNL bits was the Jeopardy ones. Those were good. Will Ferrell was a great Trebek too. It was good. Anyway,
that's maybe the most serious Will Ferrell's ever been. Is in Celebrity Jeopardy portraying that character.
Possibly.
Alex Trebek. Yes.
His most straight man as you're going to get out of Will Ferrell, I guess. Yeah, probably right. Such a deep actor.
That's such depth.
Why hasn't he got an Academy Award?
Right? Poor guy's got to fill his mantle with a big mouth Billy Bass. It's terrible.
Right. Maybe he needs to punch somebody to get one. Anyway, McDonald's is on Jeopardy, and you should go to McDonald's.
Yes.
Big thank you to McDonald's for supplying us with delicious breakfast foods each and every Friday. Don't forget to download the McDonald's app to your smartphones and utilize it early and often. And make sure you take advantage of their rewards program where pretty soon you're going to be diving deep into free McDonald's foods when you start using it. So give it a little dance today. Give it a little taste. Try it out. You'll like it.
Get your mouth all set up for some Mickey D's.
Goes down smooth. Let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We'll get you up to date with the weather, which, spoiler alert, it's going to be hot and windy this weekend. Then later on, here in just a bit, we'll have Piggy Bolin join us talking camp invention. That's weeks away, June 6th through June 10th. We are less than a month away officially now from, I guess officially a month. Today being the 6th, starts the 6th. So 1 month from today, we will have our camp adventure for 2022. She's going to tell us all about it, give you all the information you need to sign up, and all that good stuff here in a little bit. Later on this hour, we'll get you up to date with the news of the local variety, along with your town hall or town hall Wall Street business update and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Before we do anything else, let's go ahead and take a look at the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We've got a very hot weekend coming up. Summer-like daytime highs. Mid-90s today. Gusty wind, and we'll have lots of sunshine with high pressure in place. For the overnight hours, upper 50s and clear, and then we'll be hitting the 100-degree mark on Saturday. Wind gusting 35 miles an hour and sunny. We're in the upper 90s, breezy and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Sorry, I was going and refreshed my weather, and it's not giving me current temps right now. But I'll give you what they got in store today. Sunny and hot, 97 for a high today. West winds 5 to 10. They'll picking up 10 to 15 later today. Clear tonight. Looking at an overnight low of 57 with southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny, hot, 101 for a high tomorrow. Winds are going to be up as well out of the southwest early, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Later in the day, they'll increase 15 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. Saturday night, the winds continue clear, overnight low of 59, southwest winds 20 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. Winds will temper down 10 to 15 after midnight Saturday night. Sunday, another hot one. Sunny, 99. Winds will remain breezy out of the southwest, 10 to 15 early. Later in the day, increasing 20 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. Sunday night, clear, overnight low of 60. Winds will be windy. And then Monday, sunny and hot, high of 95. Breezes described as breezy. So that's what we're looking at. Warm, hot. They're saying there's maybe a chance at some rain midweek next week. Wednesday, Thursday, they're talking maybe a 20% chance of rain. So we'll see. We've got a few days between now and then, so lots of chances to dissipate those rain chances. But maybe we'll get lucky. All right, it is 8:15. We're going to take a 3-minute commercial break, and then stay tuned on the other side. Peggy Boland will join us. We'll talk camp invention. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Being called a fox in your marriage might not always be a good thing. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and my wife, Miss Julie, for the Joy of Marriage.
In Song of Solomon, it says, "Catch all the foxes, those little foxes, before they ruin the vineyard of love." I looked up the word fox, and it means cunning, achieving one's goal by deceit or evasion. A female fox is a vixen, which is spiteful or a combative woman.
Those little things we do to try to get our way can ruin our marriages. Try just being honest and talking through the situation. Do what's best for your marriage, not just for yourself. When Julie and I learned to choose to do what's right instead of trying to be right, our marriage turned around. You will find marriage is so much better when we work together.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
There's nothing like a good night's sleep. But if your old, worn-out mattress is keeping you up at night, then hurry to Glenn's Furniture and change your life. Glenn's carries Serta, the finest mattress in the world. Whether you prefer a traditional inner spring, a modern memory foam, or a hybrid that combines the best of both, Glenn's has the right size and right firmness in stock, specially priced and ready for free delivery. So don't lay awake another night. Head for Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, making sweet dreams since 1953.
All right, let's get out the old grocery list here. Let's see, eggs, milk, bread, insurance. I don't want to shop for insurance.
Fortunately, you don't have to. George Gandy Insurance is here for you. Shopping and comparing rates from different insurance carriers to save you money, time, and hassle. Visit a George Gandy Insurance location near you today.
We keep you covered. George Gandy Insurance.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The U.S. Treasury once considered producing donut-shaped coins. They instead decided to go with coin-shaped donuts. Here's Mike Winters.
People think about that one. Good morning. It is.
Yes.
It's not all our winners. That's all I'm saying. Good morning. It is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning to talk some camp invention, Peggy Bolin back with us. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing well.
Well, I'm not trying to sound scary, but we're officially 1 month away from camp invention here.
Jeez.
June 6th.
Crunch time.
Yeah. June.
Yeah.
We're I know it always, every time we talk, it always seems like, well, it's this summer, it's a ways out. It's right around the corner. Kids will be getting out of school in a couple of weeks, and right on the heels of that, we'll be starting camp invention here, June 6th through the 10th. It's a fun week-long day camp, and this is geared towards kids entering kindergarten through 6th grade, and it's a fun day camp week of STEM projects and just doing these fun little projects that the kids will love and enjoy, and they really learn about science, math, engineering, technology as they do these little projects. And it's a great week-long camp that they have a bunch of fun and don't realize that, oh yeah, they're learning all kinds of fundamental math and stuff that they're going to use, the rest of their lives.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's kind of the nutshell description of it. But this thing's put on by the National Inventors Hall of Fame.
Right. We partner with the National Inventors Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, are those the same people like back in the day when you'd see those commercials like, got an idea for an invention? Let us help you. Kind of. Is that the same people?
I don't know. I'm young. I'm young. I don't remember that commercial, Mike.
Okay. I just remember
you must
seeing
be
those.
The one. You're older than me then.
I am seasoned. But I always remember those commercials and stuff like that. But,
Could be. Sounds good.
But it makes sense. I mean, these are the folks that, they want to foster the next generation of inventors and creators and things like that.
Right.
So that's what they started, and it's a national camp. This is not just here in Roswell. This is going on all over the country. If you want to learn the most about it, I'd say go to invent.org. That's the main website, and then from there you can learn more about the Roswell camp. But if you just kind of want to get an overall picture of what camp invention, how it got started, what it's about, and what the purpose of it, you can really do some real reading and stuff there. But really, at the end of the day, it's a week-long camp for really elementary age kids to come and do these great projects. And not only do you get the science, math, engineering, and all that stuff, but they get all the fun ancillary stuff like learning how to work in groups and just that social interaction of kids and things, which COVID's dampened everything from what you learn to how you act around each other.
That's right.
And this camp kind of makes up for some of that here. So I think if I'm a parent of an elementary age kid and you've got June 6th to the 10th available, I would be doing everything in my power to say, you know what, this might be a fun week and something my child really needs now so more than ever because of just COVID and the world that we've coming out of now, hopefully coming out of.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
But so I'm curious, Peggy, how did you end up at the beginning? I don't know if we ever talked about this. How did you end up getting camp invention, bringing it here, and finding out about it?
I went to a conference for our teachers.
Okay.
This was years ago when my kids were in elementary school.
Yeah, because you've been doing this camp for how many years now?
Well, this is 15.
15 years, okay.
But I did take a break after the first 4 years.
So 15 camps altogether
15
over
camps, yes.
like a 19, 20-year span there.
Right,
Gotcha.
right. So I went to a conference, and there was a table set up, and my kids aren't into sports and stuff like that, and Roswell has some great sports camps.
Sure, but that just wasn't what they're into.
Well, it wasn't their thing.
Gotcha.
And so I saw this camp invention. I went, oh, tell me about camp invention. And they did. And I said, well, how do I get it to Roswell? They said, oh, we need a director. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And I was like, oh, stop that. And then, oh, you need a location. Oh, I'll find one, So lo and behold.
You just found out what it took and said, well, I guess I'll do the grunt work.
I'll step up and I'll do what I need to do to bring camp to Roswell for my own children.
And here we are 15 camps later.
And my kids are grown, and I'm still doing it.
So maybe, hopefully you're maybe grooming your mentor to take over when you decide to hang up your hat on this one. But,
right.
But in the meantime, and over this 15 years, the camp has kind of gotten bigger. More and more kids have come, and now each year you host what, about 50 kids or so in the camp?
140.
140. I'm sorry, I was way off there. 140 kids in the camp, and
that's the most I can have.
Very good. So. Here's the thing. You got to get your kids signed up pretty quick here because, like I said, we're a month away. There's a lot of logistics involved as far as number of kits and making sure kids all have all the material and things they need for camp each day. So Peggy's got to get some final numbers put together here pretty quick. So if you're interested in becoming a member or becoming a part of this camp for the week, there's lots of different options available to you. Now, the cost for this camp is $255 total. However, if you go to invent.org, I was talking about earlier, and you go to invent.org and put /camp, and then there's like a link that says find a camp near you or something like that, tab or something. You click in Roswell, New Mexico, and then you're going to see all the information for your sign up for the camp here, which, by the way, is going to be at First United Methodist Church daily. There's actually two options, but the camp itself will run 9 a.m. to 3:30 daily.
Yes.
At First United Methodist Church. So you'll see all that sign up there. But if you enter before May 18th here, which is you got about a week or so to get that, a little over a week to get that done. Before May 18th, if you enter the code Explore15, you could save $15 off of that $255 total. Now, if you're thinking that's good, but I really need a little bit more help than that. Peggy, thanks to some many generous donors in our community, is able to offer families as needed a partial scholarship for kids if you got multiple kids or whatever it is. Now, Peggy's committed and I know she's sitting right here and I'm saying it and she can tell you this, but basically she really wants an opportunity for every kid to go to camp that wants to, but she also understands that we want the family to have some kind of investment into it as well.
Correct.
Too. So you can't get a full scholarship, but we can help out with a bunch of it. And
I have.
And she will do that. And so, but instead of going through the invent.org website, you're going to need to call Peggy directly. And she can register your child and, of course, get you through for the scholarship purposes and all that good stuff.
Right. And I'm getting more money donated to me. In fact, somebody handed me a nice chunk yesterday.
Awesome.
And so I still have money available.
Okay.
And I really, really encourage people to call me or to text me or to email me because I want to use up the money.
The idea is for this money to be used on campers.
Right. If it's not used, it's going to sit.
Sure. And here's the
not
thing.
with me at the national level.
Yeah, that's the money we'll get. So if you're listening and you're like, well, I'd like to donate, but keep donating because if the money isn't used at this year's camp, it rolls to next year's camp. And
right,
so
but I don't want that to happen.
Well,
I want to use all the money
you want every
this
penny
year
to go. So
right, because I want everybody to go. If they want their child to go, I want them to go.
But I just don't want to discourage anybody out there to say, oh, that sounds like they get enough money. They don't need my money.
No.
Every penny will be used, and I'm sure there's still kids that probably don't end up going because they feel like they can't afford it. And that's why we want them to get in touch with Peggy and say that's not the case. Let's talk. Let's figure it out. Every kid that has a desire to come and participate in this camp, we don't want money to be the reason why they can't do it. So,
right. And I really try to help every single parent.
So please reach out to Peggy if you need help. And if you don't, and you're like, no, I'm good. Let's save that for a family that could use a little bit more. Then go right to invent.org, sign right up.
At least save $15.
Yeah, at least use the Explore 15 and save you $15, and then get registered that way. Now, let's talk about the different projects they're going to be working on because they throughout the week there's really 4 different capsules or modules. I'm not sure the official term they use, but modules that they go over, and they kind of cover different areas of STEM. They kind of some will go into the more arts and stuff. So there's a little STEAM actually in this stuff too. If you don't know the difference, the STEAM and STEM and all that, the STEAM's, they add arts with the A. But yes, so it's really more STEAM than STEM this year because it's got a little arts and crafts. It's got a little bit of everything in
That's
this
true.
year's stuff.
That's true.
So kind of give us a rundown of what the projects the kids will be working on at this year's camp.
All right. So the first one is robotic aquatics, and they get a little fish tank, which is adorable. They also get a fish. They sent me 2 fish, and they're
don't worry, it's not an animal fish.
That's right.
You're not getting something you got to
about...
flush down the toilet a little later.
You throw this baby in the trash. But they were super cute, and they light up, and they do swim around. They actually will send. There's also a little jellyfish that's going to come as well.
Oh, cool.
For the kids. I just found out about it.
Nice.
So they added to it, which is great. So there's different colors of the fish, and so they're super cute.
Cool. And then they'll make these things, and then they'll make the little projects. And
right, and they actually add water, and they put little plants in, like clay plants.
And with this lesson, of course, they learn a little about the engineering stuff, but they also learn about fish and biology and some of that stuff too.
So cool.
Yeah, that is cool. So they kind of learn a little bit of electronics, robotics, and a little bit of biology and animal science
right.
there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the next one is called Spacecation. That one, of course, has to do with space, which I really like. They do things, they make like an astro-robotic arm. It's called Astro Arm Device. They mine asteroids. They observe ice volcanoes. So it's all about space, which is... And then if I were to teach it, that's what I would be teaching.
And on top of that, they're learning robotics and stuff, and that too with the arms and all the tools that they use in space to learn about these various things.
Right.
That's cool.
And then another one, you mentioned the STEAM, the A part.
Yeah.
It's called The Attic, National Inventors Hall of Fame's The Attic. And this is where they're going to be making spin art and using chemistry in this one.
Okay.
So, again, science throughout this whole thing.
Well, and that's kind of like even like that where art and science mixes when we talk like food and all that. Chemistry is a big one in that. I mean, especially in this world, like I've been watching a lot of cooking shows, and now they're getting it's almost science class as much as food class because now they're taking science out there and recreating foods and making foods taste different to this way using extracting, and that's all chemistry and everything else. And so that they're learning those aspects through art in this way.
And you think about NASA going back to the space station. I mean, they need so many different people to work for NASA, including food specialists.
Yeah. Well, they got to get astronauts have to eat.
Exactly.
And they got to figure out ways to let them eat in that environment in ways like we eat in this environment. But in that, you know what I mean? It's,
right.
We always talk about space ice cream, in your kids and stuff, they talk about space.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you ever try space ice? That's all science. Hopefully, I'm getting a little sidetracked here, but it's the same vein. Hopefully folks around here have had a chance to go to the Space Museum in Alamogordo.
Oh, that's an amazing place.
Yeah, and one of the little sections that I love in there is they've got kind of like the creature comforts for the astronauts while they're in space. While they run the Apollo and Gemini and Mercury missions, mostly the Apollo because they were spending a lot longer time. Gemini or Mercury especially, they were in there hours, so there wasn't a lot of meal
but
prep
Gemini was up for 2 weeks.
Yeah, Gemini and Apollo, they were up there a while, and so they would like Coca-Cola and Pepsi made versions of their drinks for them to drink in space because you can't just, open it. So that's
that they can't drink soda in space, right?
But did you see in the museum there?
Yeah. But they tried to drink soda in space.
But that's the kind of stuff they're doing in there. They got in the museum, they got all these things that, that food prep and things that just living life in space and some of that stuff. And so that's what we're talking about here is the kind of stuff they're learning at a very early level, obviously, here in Camp Invention and things like the attic and all that.
Right. So. And, along with careers in space, yesterday I saw a webinar on mission patches, designing mission patches. And there was 2 actual designers, art, of course.
Yeah.
Art designers, there's got to be somebody who designs these mission patches and puts the gorgeous murals on. And paints them on the Kennedy Space Center and Johnson Space Center and all that.
Absolutely.
So there's another career that people don't think of. Oh, I love art. Well, you could work for NASA.
Absolutely. Yeah. NASA kind of
They have it all.
covers it all. Yeah,
I know.
absolutely.
And then the last module is called Marble Arcade, and this is with physics.
Okay.
And they make an arcade, where a marble can go down.
Yeah, like a little maze kind of deal, and get the marble through the maze kind of thing.
Right, right. And there's more, of course, involved in that module, but that's, it's a physics. That's a physics
you're learning
module.
physics. You're learning. Well, I would even offer ancillary skill sets like patience, hand-eye coordination.
Yes.
some of those abilities as well too.
Right.
So you're developing on all of that stuff, and that's just it. Each one of these modules we're talking about. Yeah, there's kind of the main point or the main lesson to be learned here, but these kids are growing and developing as they're learning because they're doing these projects in groups, so they got to work with each other on some of this stuff. Now, the cool thing is they're all working on the same projects, but it's all presented to them as age appropriate. So the kindergartners and things are working on these projects, but they're going to be teaching it in a different way than, say, the fifth graders will be learning that lesson. So it's all age appropriate. So if you've had a child that's been through the program before, maybe they came as a first grader or kindergarten, come on back as a second, third. There's new projects every year. These projects weren't done last year and so forth, but they also leveling up on what they're learning as far as the projects may still be covering physics or some of the principles, but they're going to go to another level of it, so they're kind of taking on from what they learned the year before and kind of adding to that a little bit, you know what I mean? So that's what's the great thing about it is you're like if you've got kids that are like kindergarten, first grade, you could get them going to this thing for 5-6 years and really see the difference as they mature and advance over that time here. So, but that being said, if you're just learning about this and your kid's in 5th grade or 6th grade or maybe even 7th or 8th and would like an opportunity, we have an opportunity here for you.
Right.
But there's opportunities here.
Right, because you mentioned kids entering kindergarten to entering 6th.
Yes.
You could have your child with Camp Invention through college.
Yes.
Because, so the camp itself is for entering kindergarten to entering 6th graders.
Those are your campers for the week.
Those are the campers. But then the middle school kids, those entering 7th through 9th grade, are called leaders in training. They're learning to become leaders through the mentors who are the teachers and the leadership interns.
Yeah, and they kind of get the best of both worlds where, yes, their leadership, they're going to be assisting the counselors on the projects and things. But as LIT members, they also get to do the projects and get to participate as campers and as counselors, so to speak.
Right.
So they kind of got a foot in both worlds.
And if a parent wants to sign their child up for LIT, they need to do it really fast because they send the student something in the mail to get them ready.
Gotcha. Because they're going to be assuming a leadership role
one
there.
Of those cinch bags. I mean, it varies. And a lot of times they'll cut off the deadline. But if they try to sign up online for a leader in training, I believe after today.
Okay.
Then they're going to have difficulty. If they call in, that's different. They can get in to be a leader in training.
Okay.
But I encourage parents, if they want their child, and it's $155 for so it's $100 off.
It is cheaper, yes.
But this is something that if you really want your child who's in middle school, 7th through 9th, entering those grades.
Gotcha.
You need to sign those kids up earlier because I actually meet with those kids before camp and I go over some things with them.
Yeah.
So it's legit. I mean,
their camp experience will start a little earlier because, in essence, they're part of the program.
They are.
They're part
and
of the.
I make sure that they are part of the program.
Awesome.
And then the high school kids, those who are already in high school,
gotcha,
or in college, I need leadership interns, and those are high school and college kids who are the typical camp counselors, where they are with the students all day and they eat lunch with them, and they're
kind of like the main. Adults that interact with the kids in a lot of the different lessons and things that are going on. They're the ones kind of running the show a little bit within the groups while the program directors and things are kind of overseeing them.
The teachers are disciplining, but the leadership interns are the ones who lead the children around and all that.
Yeah.
We are not supplying lunch this year, so the campers need to bring their own lunch.
Bring a sack lunch.
I'm still hoping that we can have snacks donated, which we have in the past. I'm in contact with the person.
All right. Well, I'm sure, and if there's anybody listening that maybe has some leads there, wants to help out, reach out to Peggy and see if she can see if maybe you can help her out with some of that stuff.
Right, right. And what else? We didn't. Yeah, you did mention the times from 9 to 3:30, but there are extended day hours.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for parents that maybe their work hours. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And those start at 7:30 and go till 5:30.
Yeah. Now there is an additional cost.
Yes.
On that, that's an
$80.
Additional $80 for the camp. But again, and here's the good thing I'd love to tell you about. It's not a babysitter's thing where they sit around until 9 o'clock when camp starts or whatever.
Right.
There's
activities.
They're doing activities until 9 o'clock, and then when the camp ends at 3:30, they're going to go and do some more activities until 5:30 or whenever you are able to come and bring them home for the day.
And the only day that we don't keep it until 5:30 is Friday.
Yeah,
because we're tearing down the camp.
Yeah, and are you doing like the last day thing, parents and all that stuff? I remember No, okay.
We're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, I knew with COVID, some of the rules changed, and that was one.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That was a lot of work for me to prepare for, so that's okay.
Well, maybe down the road we can do one again if there's one.
Maybe.
But please, if there's a desire for your child to go to Camp Invention this year, we'll make that happen. Please don't let the money be a hurdle. Reach out to Peggy here if you need some additional help on that. And of course, if you want to be an LIT, reach out. So I'm guessing rather than go to invent.org, it's probably best to call the 800 number if you want to be an LIT right now. Is that probably the smartest thing?
Well, they can today, but after today, they should.
After today, I got you.
Call the 800-968-4332.
And that's an option, too, if you don't want to do the online registering and stuff. You can call the 800 number, again, 1-800-968-4332, and register via the phone that way.
But if they need a partial scholarship, they have to go through me.
Yes.
And I am, I'm Peggy Bolin, 575-420-9955 or 9955.
There you go. Or you can.
My email is pbolin, BOHLIN, 2016 @gmail.com. My phone number, the 575-420-9955. You can call or text me on that.
It's spelled just like if you've been driving to Arizona, the Bolin. You ever see those signs, the Bolins running in the gift shops?
No. That's BOW.
Oh, is that
I'm
BOW?
BOH.
Oh, I thought they were BOH too.
Nope. I'm BOH.
I thought
don't
they
listen to
spelled
Mike.
it. Okay,
don't listen to Mike.
I thought
BOHLIN.
They spell it wrong then. I always thought they spelled it BOHLIN
They do,
too.
actually.
Yeah, I always thought they did too. I just But yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
but,
don't do that.
But,
I did want to mention though the donation because you brought it up. If somebody wants to donate and what we do is we send a green envelope to those who want to donate. Like at the beginning of January, I sent these out to those who donated last year because of course I had I had their addresses. And in the envelope you get some information about camp, but you also get this envelope with our code. And so when you send in this envelope, it goes directly to our camp.
Oh, okay.
So the donations do not go to another camp. They go to us.
So it's earmarked specifically for Roswell, New Mexico.
Right.
Sweet.
And that's what's important about these envelopes,
And Peggy can get you those if you need.
Right, or I can mail them myself.
Okay,
I mailed some donations yesterday in this envelope.
Yeah, if you want to write her a check, she'll make sure it gets to.
Oh, yes. Yes, so please write me a check or,
And I'm telling you, the more folks, and this is the stuff that makes this camp happen because, we get it. $250 can be quite a bit of money, especially if you've got 2-3 kids.
Yeah.
And you want them all to experience it. Next thing you're paying next to $1,000 to get your kids to go to camp because you got 4 kids that want to go to camp.
Right.
That's a lot of money. And so please reach out to Peggy if you need some help there. She can work a lot of magic here. But for all you folks that love this and think this is a great idea, the best thing you do is cut checks to Peggy. Let's. I would love to see as many kids go, paying as little as possible to go that want to go to this camp and get it. It's money should not be a hurdle here, and we want to do everything in our can to make that not a hurdle. Especially, and I know I keep saying this, but especially because of the last 3 years we had. I mean, Camp Invention was an amazing, wonderful thing before COVID. Now it's an amazing, wonderful thing that is almost a necessity now, in my opinion, because every single child between kindergarten and 6th grade has not gotten everything they need to be where they're supposed to be at right now. I don't even the smart ones that went and did it and got disciplined and were or had parents that kind of meticulously even those kids are missing something right now.
Oh yes.
So we need to Camp Invention can help get you back up to where they need to be where they should be at their as far as development level. And it's not even just about facts and details and learning things like that. It's human social interaction. It's how to navigate life. All those things that you learn as a child just by being in the room sometimes. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
A lot of that's gone away, and Camp Invention can make huge strides in getting them up to speed on that kind of stuff, too. So it's not just learning about, physics and science and all that. It's also learning how to wait your turn and
work in a team,
and manners and understand give and take and sharing and all those things that are taught skills that you can only teach in group settings,
But it's also about creativity, innovation, invention.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an amazing camp.
Give them a chance to kind of think outside the box a little bit and go,
yes.
Kids do that anyway. We kind of lose at some point as we get older. We tend to lose that. But if you can harness that and let them grow with that at that age, who knows where it can take them the rest of their lives. That's the sky's the limit. It really is. So
yes, and kids love the camp. I mean, they go home smiling, and
that's right. You're going to be at dinner table that night, and they're like, "What'd you do at camp today?" And they're going to be,
if they're still awake.
Yeah, if they're not passed out tired. It depends if they had a candy bar before dinner or not.
Well, this camp tires them out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a full day of movement.
And especially if some of the kids that take the extended camp there, they're probably even going to be extra tired because they got another, depending on how long they're there, it could be up to another 4 hours or so of activities going on. So
right.
That's great.
So we stay really busy.
Again, invent.org/camp is the website. Go there. You can learn all about, if you missed anything we talked about here, or you want to do a little bit deeper dive on some of these different modules, you can learn about all of that at invent.org. And again, you can sign up through there. Don't forget, if you register before May 18th, excuse me, I get the hiccups, you can enter code EXPLORE15 there's an offer code box there, and you'll save $15 there. If you need more help with the partial scholarships, do not go to invent.org to sign up. You can go there and research, but don't sign up through there. Call or email Peggy direct. Again, you can reach Peggy at 575-420-9955 or shoot her an email, pbolin, BOHLIN, 2016@gmail.com.
And it's so important. I really hope the parents reach out to me very soon.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still have room in the camp, but it's starting.
140 will.
It goes like this, and then the graph goes. Shh.
And we live in the land of manana. We just have that mindset, and people like, oh, it's a month away. And then like a week, days before the camp, the floodgates will open.
Oh, yes.
And everybody and their uncle, I want to sign up.
And then hopefully by then we'll be full because, we have to gather the groups. We have to figure everything out. So, I mean, I'm anticipating, and I got permission to put flyers into the schools.
Oh, great. So that's another
that should be
avenue to
next
get more
week.
Information to
Yeah,
people.
that's really nice. So that's over 4,000 flyers that are going into the schools. So if anybody's listening and, once those flyers hit the public schools, I'm anticipating I'm going
a heavy
to be,
surge of signups. Yeah.
And so now is your chance. I mean, it's only a month away.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the summers are being planned and this is a week week.
Take the weekend, talk with your kids, get them excited, and then when everyone's on board, Monday or whenever, get in touch with Peggy or go to invent.org and
this
start
weekend
signing
get
up.
in touch with me.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to build up your weekend with people calling you. So
well, I mean, if I'm busy, there's a few things I have to do this weekend.
Leave a voicemail. Yeah.
Leave a voice message.
She does have to learn German real quick. But, just kidding. I mean,
my German's getting better.
Your German's getting better. Jawohl. That's about all the German I know.
Yeah, so, just a plug-in for the Roswell Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah.
This Saturday night, we have our concert.
Is it going to be at
7:30 at Pearson?
Nice.
I encourage everybody to go. Students are free. If the parents bring if the parents pay for themselves.
Awesome.
The students are free.
Good deal.
And the symphony choir, along with UTEP choir, will be singing Beethoven's Ninth in German.
Very
and
cool.
I'm part of that choir. I'm part of the collective.
That's great. By the way, if folks don't realize that the RSO, the Roswell Symphony Orchestra, is, I know it's called the Roswell Symphony Orchestra, but it's much bigger than the Roswell Symphony Orchestra. It's really, you could really call it the New Mexico, or even
Texas comes in.
Yeah, the Southwest Symphony Orchestra, because it's members from all over the state of New Mexico, Texas, top quality
musicians,
classically trained musicians that put on beautiful and of course led by an amazing person as well too.
And this is 50th year. I believe,
I mean it's professionalism is bad. I mean, you don't get any better in this area for as far as great orchestral music and things like that. So if you love that stuff, or even if you're not really, maybe it's not on your radar so much, if you're just a music fan, come see it, because you're gonna live music's always better live. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Oh, it's amazing.
What kind it is when people are in front of you performing that music. It's a different scene than you just listening on your MP3 player, your favorite song or whatever it is. So come support the RSO and come out and come see Peggy perform as well too.
At least I won't be doing a solo.
It's a solo, you can't hear you. I was like, I do solo. Right. Solo, you can't hear me.
But it should be a great concert tomorrow night.
Very good. What time's that get underway?
7:30.
7:30 over at the Pearson Auditorium, which is the beautiful auditorium there on the NMMI campus there.
And by the UTEP is the University of El Paso.
Yeah.
Just in case people don't know. So their choir's coming to help.
The Miners football team, if for your sports fans out there. Very good. Again, invent.org, or call Peggy direct 575-420-9955.
Or my email is pbolin2016@gmail.com.
And don't forget, Camp Invention 2022, this June 6th through the 10th, happening at First United Methodist Church, which is there on Pennsylvania, 200 North Pennsylvania. Get kids. The camp for campers is kindergarten through 6th grade. But if you have a child that's in 7th through 9th grade, they can also sign up to be an LIT as well. Learn more invent.org/camp.
And it's only $155 for them. But they need to call the 1-800 number.
Yes, which is 1-800-968-4332. And if you missed any of this information, reach out to us here and we can get it to you. So.
Right. You have flyers here. I saw them.
I got them covered. I keep my folder of stuff, and I got stuff in there.
Excellent.
Well, thank you, Peggy.
Thank you.
Break a leg tomorrow. I can say that, right?
Yeah, well.
You're on stage. That's a theatrical.
I've had some medical things going on. I don't need that, too.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
I think technically you're covered under break a leg with.
I think I am.
Singing on stage. I think that
so.
qualifies as a break a leg, and it's acceptable.
I think so too.
Don't tell the football team, but the singers performers are good to go.
That's right.
Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. It is 8:51. Let's pause for news, weather, Wall Street business update, and commercials for lunch. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Organizations putting on tourism-related events can find applications and other information about requesting City of Roswell lodgers tax funding online at the city's website. Lodgers tax is a 5% tax paid by customers of hotels, motels, and other lodging establishments. State law allows municipalities to collect the tax through lodging businesses. The revenue from the tax is then used on tourism-related promotion of the city and for expenses related to tourism events and certain facilities. On the police beat now, Roswell police asking for some help in finding two people of interest wanted for questioning in the December shooting death of an 18-year-old at a Southwest Roswell apartment building. David Gonzalez was found dead on December 26th at the Saddle Creek Apartments in the 1900 block of South Sunset Avenue. Now, RPD is looking for 18-year-old Miguel Angel Ramirez Gallegos and 19-year-old Destiny Loya. If you know anything, you're urged to call 575-624-6770. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We've got a very hot weekend coming up. Summer-like daytime highs. Mid-90s today. Gusty wind, and we'll have lots of sunshine with high pressure in place. For the overnight hours, upper 50s and clear, and then we'll be hitting the 100-degree mark on Saturday. Wind gusting 35 miles an hour and sunny. We're in the upper 90s, breezy and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. When the Federal Reserve raises interest rates, as it did Wednesday, the impact doesn't stop with U.S. homebuyers paying more for mortgages or business owners. The fallout can be felt beyond America's borders, hitting shopkeepers and families in poorer countries around the world. The impacts abroad range from higher borrowing costs to depreciating currencies. Analysts say it will put pressure on all types of developing countries. Boeing says it will move its headquarters from Chicago to Washington, D.C., where company executives would be closer to key federal government officials. The company said it will use its campus in Arlington, Virginia, as its new headquarters, and it plans to develop research and technology hubs in the area. Boeing CEO David Calhoun said the region makes strategic sense for global headquarters given its proximity to customers and stakeholders and its access to world-class engineering and technical talent. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
A great man once said, I think there are times when we all have a little bit of frog mania inside of us. We feel like a klutz. We feel plain, not witty or clever. We say the wrong words and do the wrong things. We feel ugly, out of fashion, and we just don't fit in. Sometimes we feel like a frog waiting to be kissed so we can turn into the prince we always wanted to be. Let me remind us of the words of a guy named John and what he wrote in the scriptures. John said, how great is the love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God. In his book, Never Lick a Moving Blender, Marvin Phillips reminds us that Jesus was a frog kisser. He loved those no one loved, he ate with those no one would eat with, and he touched those no one would touch. You know, the frogs. So this week, remember, there is one who loves you, no matter how froggish you are.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Mother's Day is this Sunday.
Wait, what?
Don't worry. You can still make mom feel like the queen she is with a made-to-order Blizzard ice cream cake from Dairy Queen on North Main in Roswell. Loaded with Reese's peanut butter cups, Snickers, Oreo, Butterfinger, or whatever mom likes. Take mom's favorite Blizzard and customize your own Dairy Queen ice cream Blizzard cake just for her. Just drive through today and let the DQ cake decorators show you all kinds of Blizzard cake options. It's not too late. Mother's Day Blizzard cakes from DQ on North Main in Roswell. Let DQ make it the best Mother's Day possible.
Have you ever thought, Mom and Dad are beginning to need more help, but with a busy job and raising a family, you just don't have the extra time? Personal Care by Design is just what you're looking for. We can be there when you can't, from 1 hour a day to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All of our caregivers are carefully screened, and we are the only personal care service that is overseen by a registered nurse. Competitive rates, great people, and experience is what sets us apart. So when you need extra help at home with your loved one, you can count on Personal Care by Design. Personal, private, and protected. Call us at 575-625-9471 for your personal care needs and receive a free nursing evaluation. That number again is 575-625-9471.
You're invited. Car Affair 2022, presented by the Cars Club of Carlsbad. Saturday, June 4th at the beach in Carlsbad. Early registration is Friday with a cruise. Then Saturday, car registration starts at 8 a.m. and ends at 10:30. Enjoy music, food, car-related swap meet, 5K run, door prizes, and a special Tri-5 Chevys area. To register or for more information, visit carsclubofcarlsbad.com or Carlsbad Automotive Restoration Society on Facebook. Enjoy Carlsbad's biggest car show, Saturday, June 4th at the beach. Ad paid for by Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round.
good old days are being made right now.
When Bluebell takes milk chocolate ice cream and loads it with chocolate-coated peanut butter cups and peanut butter cookie dough pieces, you get chocolate peanut butter overload. Better by a country smile.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Albertsons United Supermarkets and all Farmers Country Markets.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard, aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The catfish has over 27,000 taste buds. Do you think they prefer fried or blackened? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, 8:59. Got a minute here before we get to news. Don't forget, we got playoff softball and baseball for you later this afternoon / this evening. As we got Coyote softball as they travel to Rio Rancho. Art Sandoval is going to be up there calling that game right here on the radio only, beginning about 3 o'clock today. And then right after that, around 5, or join in progress, we'll have Goddard Rocket Baseball as they travel to Artesia for a best-of-3 series. We're going to have that game on the radio here. You can also watch it, ksvptv.com. So it's just radio only for the softball. We do have video rights for baseball, but that'll be at 5 o'clock today. All right, it's 9 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The Wall Street sell-off rolls on, the stock market adding to yesterday's heavy losses in the wake of a strong jobs report out this morning. The government reports that America's employers added 428,000 jobs last month, the unemployment rate holding steady at a low 3.6%. Ukrainian fighters battling Russian troops in the tunnels beneath Mariupol's immense steel plant refused to surrender. The fighting rages on as the UN continues working on evacuating civilians from the plant.
109 civilians were evacuated from the Azovstal plant, along with 59 more from a neighboring area. In the second operation, completed last night, more than 320 civilians were evacuated from the city of Mariupol and surrounding areas. A third operation is underway.
And that's UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. First Lady Jill Biden will spend Mother's Day weekend in Eastern Europe.
The First Lady is traveling to Romania and Slovakia, 2 NATO countries that share borders with Ukraine and where civilians have fled after the Russian invasion.
The focus of this trip is to emphasize the U.S. support for the work they're doing on behalf of refugees, on behalf of supporting the Ukrainian people.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says Biden will spend Mother's Day in Slovakia with refugees, humanitarian aid workers, and local Slovakians. Greg Clugston, the White House.
A massive wildfire continues burning near Las Vegas, New Mexico. The blaze has charred more than 260 square miles and right now is less than 25% contained. It's one of several large wildfires burning across the Southwest. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is down about 47 points, the NASDAQ off 38 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 3388 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 3388. Enjoy.
Anti-government protests continue to rock Sri Lanka, the country in the grip of a months-long economic crisis. Demonstrators have taken to the streets. Now there are calls for a nationwide strike.
Trade unions and civil society groups in Sri Lanka have called for the shutdown to protest against what they say is the government's mismanagement of the economy. Transport, banks and businesses will be severely disrupted as a result of the strike call. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has made it clear he will not step down despite the protests. Sri Lanka is facing a crippling foreign exchange reserve crisis, and the government is struggling to pay for the import of basic supplies like fuel and food. As a result, there has been a spike in the price of essential items like milk powder and rice.
The BBC's Ambarasan Etirajan, Sri Lanka on the brink of bankruptcy, has suspended payments on its foreign loans. News and analysis at townhall.com. A man who voted in New Hampshire and via absentee ballot in Arizona in the 2016 general election ordered to pay over $1,000 in fines and penalties.
Sigmund Boganski cast a ballot in New Hampshire on November 8, 2016. He cast an absentee ballot in Arizona in the same election. A new release by the Attorney General said he was of New Hampton and Buckeye, Arizona. He pleaded guilty on Wednesday to voting in more than one state in Belknap County Superior Court. His 90-day sentence was suspended for 2 years on the condition of his good behavior. His right to vote in New Hampshire was terminated. Bernie Bennett reporting.
Federal regulators strictly limiting who can receive Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine due to a rare but serious risk of blood clots. The Food and Drug Administration says the shot should only be given to adults who cannot receive a different vaccine or who specifically request the J&J vaccine. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Chris and Viernos
Of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. I know why I did it high pitched.
I had to pull up the clip after you guys talked about it. There is a lot of people sleep on the 90s, I think it was 90s / early 2000s HBO series Mr. Show.
Oh yeah, I loved that show. I was a stalwart viewer back in the 90s when that was when they'd have new episodes each week, and I think you can. I remember seeing it on Prime, but now that HBO Max is out, I gotta imagine it's there because that was an HBO property.
Pretty sure it's either there or on.
But I remember it was on Prime, like Well, before HBO Max came out.
Right.
So, but I don't know if it left there and went to HBO or just stayed at Prime. Maybe Prime bought that franchise from HBO. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you it's available for free on Tubi.
Okay. Really?
That's what it says.
Okay. Unedited?
Yeah, but it's also on HBO Max.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can pay for it unless you get HBO Max already.
No. Apparently it's also on Hulu.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it says. Hulu and HBO Max.
Okay.
So there you go.
Well, then check it out. Give it a dance.
It's a fun watch.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to say. There was something else I was going to say. Hey, quick message out there, and actually I think I mentioned it during the interview a little later on that we're going to play here. But, of course, as the months are getting warmer here, Roswell Invader Baseball is going to be starting up pretty soon.
Yep.
Right now, the Roswell Invader Baseball team needs you. They are looking for host families to host, to house and host baseball players for the summer. Kind of like like foreign exchange students kind of things, where the players, they kind of live with you there for the summer. And yeah, every family I know that does it.
Just picture a gigantic bruising like baseball player just sitting at a table just over a bowl of cereal. Thanks, Mrs. Anderson.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah. And but if you'd left some space in your home, would like to host a Roswell Invaders baseball player, reach out to the Invaders on their Facebook or whatever. Nice. I think last I heard they need about like half the team needs to wow. They're looking for places for them to call home for the season. So if you would like to help out the Invaders, please reach out on their Facebook or out to them and say, hey, I heard you guys need some host families. I got a home and I'd love to host a baseball player. I know all the families that do it love it. I've seen a couple on Facebook, host another family or host another ball player.
Oh, it's a great story. I mean, yeah.
They love it. So reach out to the Invaders.
Plus, I'd imagine you get into games, get to go, enjoy.
Oh, yeah. You gonna, if you're a baseball fan, you kind of getting inside.
No, I'm saying you get to go in, you get into the games for free, I'd imagine.
I don't know. I can't
speak on it, but
I can't qualify one way or another on that, so I don't know. But I imagine there's perks for being a family there, and you coming hanging out and doing all that stuff.
I miss Mom. What?
I don't know. I'm thinking, like, that's a strapping young man that could do like yard work and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah,
he's
absolutely.
not playing baseball. Like, hey, we'll cut the grass,
keep you in shape, keep you on your toes.
We got to keep our shapes. Mine's round. Yours is fit. So we gotta
tight.
We gotta we don't want to break those trends.
That's right. Keep you working. Clean lines too.
Got to thank the fine folks at McDonald's.
Indeed.
As they do each and every Friday, provide us with delicious breakfast treats. Sean has been happy as a clam, savoring in his double shot of biscuits and gravy over
pretty
there.
Doggone good. They made it right.
Which you can get at McDonald's.
You know what I would say? The only thing that would have taken it up just maybe one more notch, and this actually flies in the face of my structural integrity biscuit argument.
Okay.
If they had cut the biscuits in twain, cut them in half, and actually applied a layer of gravy betwixt the biscuits.
All right.
And then applying the top layer, and then more gravy.
Okay.
I feel like that would be an endeavor that would take too long in the quick service world that McDonald's lives in. But I feel like it would just knock it up that one extra notch.
And I know this is blasphemous, but could it be an OG situation? And what I mean by that is an over gravy situation.
That I've now been over gravy. I've been to the mountaintop of over gravyfication though. See, is the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you like the OG.
That's right. Once you've been to the mountaintops,
I've seen the top of the mountain.
Not a lot will do.
And it is good.
And it is good. Come to Butthead.
That was he went to the barber shop, the beauty shop, to get a haircut. That was that episode. I've seen the top. Well, he does it a couple times.
Yeah.
That's one of the first ones I remember. He goes to the barber shop and has the lady cut his hair. I've seen the top of the mountain. It is good.
It is good.
But thank you to McDonald's.
Yes.
Swing by, visit any of your McDonald's, download the app, utilize it. It is your friend. It is your companion. Use it. And don't forget the rewards program that comes. Sign up for that. And it doesn't cost you anything, and you're going to get free food for just buying food that you're buying anyway. So
get this.
Do it.
This is our morning tradition when I have the kids and I have a little extra cash. We roll through McDonald's, the drive-thru every morning before I drop them off at Mom's house. and I get Rhiannon hash browns for breakfast and for the bus ride. And that's been our tradition, like 1 for Hunter, 2 for Rhiannon. So it's like $6.40, I want to say, for 3 hash browns, basically. I recently decided to add a sausage McMuffin to the mix. $6.77. Like 30 cents more because they have and I forgot about this, you sleep on this, they have a McMuffin and hash brown deal. So you're basically getting a McMuffin essentially for free.
Nice.
Yeah. You should give it a shot. I'm telling you, there's discounts, savings galore. Plus, I mean, you add in the app with all the bonuses.
Yeah.
McDonald's basically pays you to enjoy their food.
Yeah, you do the insider game. Like extreme couponers.
Yeah.
You could be that at McDonald's, but you don't have to go all hardcore like the extreme couponers.
It's true.
You just gotta, order food.
You just gotta enjoy food every now and again.
You don't need to buy 57 Big Macs to save a penny like the extreme couponers.
And for those who are curious, Mike is 67 points away from a bomber jacket, so that's awesome.
Yeah, like I said, I'm really a couple milkshakes away from a franchise, I think. So
they're actually going to install a Tesla charging station just right outside Mike's door. He didn't even own a Tesla. It's just that's just one of the benefits.
That's right. Wait up, I'm still collecting.
Nick just stops by every now and again just for a quick fill up.
That's right. In a month or two, I'm about to hit Marlboro up with all those miles I've been saving up.
Thank you for my jacket.
I'm getting that kayak, by golly.
I can't wait to go to the mountains.
All right. Sorry, I had to go.
About to have a cough.
I know. All right. Here's what we have on tap for this hour. We're gonna get you up to date with the weather and all that here in just a bit. And then on Wednesday we had Andrew Moore with the Roswell Chamber of Commerce join us, and she gave us an update. But she also brought with her one of the chamber's newest members, the folks from Sun State Technology, and we had a great conversation about them and what they do for businesses and homes protecting via cyber security.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they are. They're the people with the badges, cyber badges. Cyber,
I
yeah.
like it.
Yeah. Sure.
They're taking the cyber hits so you don't have to.
Yeah, they're really great at educating and helping and giving business. But anyway, we had a great conversation. We're going to play that here in just a few minutes.
Very good.
I think there was something else I was going to tell you, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, it might have to wait till Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's that new Star Trek coming out on Paramount, and I seen a bunch of ads for it, but like nobody's talking about it, and I'm like, are Star Trek fans
I think that Star Trek fans are over it because for a long time there was a drought where they weren't getting anything and they were thirsty, but now they've been quenched. I don't think they need that much more.
Do you think? I'm wondering if the season 2 of Picard is souring people on.
Maybe,
because I ain't gonna lie, I've been watching some of the season 2. And I'm not liking it as much. I liked the first season. This one I'm struggling to get through. What's that?
So that's what I was about to say too, because I'm a little bit of a Trekkie myself.
Yeah, but they got the new one, and I ain't gonna lie, it looks weird. It almost looks like a spoof of Captain Kirk. Like the new guy that's the captain.
Really?
He's got this pompadoury hair and just like he looks so like it almost looks like they're making him like a modern version of the Kirk. You know what I mean? Just that woman's man, macho-y kind of, like he's going to have love affairs with blue people and all that stuff like Kirk did, I feel like it's a lot of that again.
I have merely danced on the rim of Star Trek. Yeah. I know very little when it comes to that universe.
Yeah, I know some.
I know some Star Wars. I know very little Star Trek. I know like the Tribbles, and that's pretty much it.
Well,
Uhura, yeah. I know a couple of those.
Do you know the different Next Generation?
I do.
Discovery
I did watch. In fairness, I did watch a little bit of Deep Space Nine.
Okay. Well, I think the general consensus is the Trekkies love the original. Most are pretty good with the Next Generation.
Right.
They hate everything else except Enterprise. And then anything else is pretty much bad. Discovery, they kind of poo-poo on. Deep Space Nine, Voyager, they kind of poo-poo on. And Picard was starting to get a run the first season, but I think the second season bailed those people out. They were like, nah, I'm out again. Because they were kind of pulling in some of the Next Generation folks. But even now, that's getting a little out there. I think they tried to bring back an iconic bad guy to that series, and they should have left him back in the storyline. They should.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm talking about? Like it's Q-centric.
Talk about Q?
Yeah, it's very Q-centric season 2, and that was fun in the TV series, the original. It's played out now. It's just now they're doing the same tired stuff, put them back in time.
You play it yourself.
Oh, let's put our Star Trek people back in our time. I mean, they've done this same tired storyline 3 times, but now they're doing a Picard twist on it, and they turn Picard more into a mental patient each season. So it's just
Patrick Stewart is like what 88 years old now.
Is he? I know
he's got to be up there.
He's an elderly gentleman. I have no idea how old he is.
I think the consensus for the Picard is everyone's tired of it now. Like it's so far removed from what Star Trek is.
Well, he's their Gordie Howe. I don't know. That's a reference that just fell on everybody, but but let's face it, with Kirk, all that stuff's pretty much done with. They got the new Star Trek, but people don't embrace the Chris Pine Kirk as much as the Shatner Kirk.
They're trying to. It almost feels like they're forcing it upon.
So the only living icon in the Star Trek universe they got is Jean-Luc Picard, and so he's by default the official Gordie Howe, Wayne Gretzky, Joe Montana. Andrew Lloyd Webber of the. I'm just throwing every name.
Well,
out
there's
there
also there's
of Star Trek world.
There's Welshie.
Yeah,
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, and then they're just dusting off people like and like I don't know. Anyway, I'll move on. But I'm just curious. Like, is anybody excited about this new Star Trek? Because I've seen it advertised hard, and I'm not hearing anybody like.
What's LeVar Burton up to these days? I mean, I'd imagine he could probably break away for a couple episodes.
He's like the one guy I have not seen in the Star Trek Next Generation coming back.
I know they're doing Reading Rainbow again, but
I heard they're bringing like everyone back from TNG except Will Wheaton.
I'm sorry, Will Wheaton?
Yeah.
Well, Will Wheaton is the host of like their after show. Like if you watch the because it's on Paramount Plus. But if you don't hit next episode through the credits and you stick around, there's this after show with Will Wheaton. And Will Wheaton interviews people like Jean-Luc Picard and various characters of the show in that particular episode.
And that's hosted by Will Wheaton?
Will Wheaton.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Maybe they're mad at Will Wheaton for venturing off to Big Bang Theory or something. I don't know.
I'd imagine. Yeah. Hey, Will Wheaton's a very busy man.
He's waiting for the Stand By Me sequel.
Will be waiting for a long
standing.
Time. All right.
Stand a little closer by me.
All right, we better get the hour started. Yeah. It is 9:19. We will get you the weather next.
We'll see you later.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We've got a very hot weekend coming up. Summer-like daytime highs. Mid-90s today. Gusty wind, and we'll have lots of sunshine with high pressure in place. For the overnight hours, upper 50s and clear, and then we'll be hitting the 100-degree mark on Saturday. Wind gusting 35 miles an hour and sunny. We're in the upper 90s, breezy and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 69 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 18%, with east winds at 7 miles per hour, hence the reason for the red flag warning today, that low humidity, high temps, winds, all that good stuff. We do have a red flag warning. That's going to take effect at noon, remain in effect through 8 p.m. this evening. Sunny and hot today, highs around 97, with west winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with an overnight low of 57, southwest winds 10 to 15. Saturday, sunny and hot, 101, as Steve mentioned, for a high, but those winds are going to be blowing as well out of the southwest, 5 to 15 early, 15 to 25, gusting as high as 35 later in the day. Saturday night, tomorrow night, clear skies, overnight low of 59, southwest winds 15 to 20. They'll drop down 10 to 15 after midnight, and still going to be hot on Sunday, sunny, 99, 100, winds still going to remain breezy out of the southwest, 10 to 15 early. Later in the day, picking up 20 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. So that's the weekend, hot and windy. All right, it is 9:21. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and then we'll play our interview with the folks from the chamber. We'll have that and Sun State as well. That's on the other side. Don't go away.
If your family's like mine, they're ready for some fun. Hi, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. A trip to Glenn's is like a trip to Disneyland. A new buttery soft power reclining sofa and love seat turns your living room into Familyland. Cozy new bedroom furniture turns the bedrooms into Dreamland. A handsome new dining table transforms your old food court into a 4-star restaurant. And it's all in stock, on sale, and ready for free delivery. So treat your family with a trip to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda.
Make your home a smart home with smart home Wi-Fi from Plateau. Now you can connect more devices to fast, reliable Wi-Fi throughout your home. That means faster speeds with no downtime or lag. Enhance your connection, expand your reach, and experience whole home device control and protection with Plateau. Plateau offers true fiber with options starting as low as $60 a month, all with no caps and no hidden fees. Call today 575-755-1000 or stop by 1001 South Main in Roswell. Get smart home Wi-Fi today from Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
You're invited. Car Affair 2022, presented by the Cars Club of Carlsbad. Saturday, June 4th at the beach in Carlsbad. Early registration is Friday with a cruise. Then Saturday, car registration starts at 8 a.m. and ends at 10:30. Enjoy music, food, car-related swap meet, 5K run, door prizes, and a special Tri-5 Chevys area. To register or for more information, visit carsclubofcarlsbad.com or Carlsbad Automotive Restoration Society on Facebook. Enjoy Carlsbad's biggest car show, Saturday, June 4th at the beach. Ad paid for by Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
What's better than Rib Crib's slow smoked ribs? More of them, that's what. Rib Crib presents Rib Fest. We're talking endless slow smoked righteous ribs, plus unlimited sides and bottomless refills, all for only $17.99 after 4 p.m. Choose from Rib Crib's original signature rub or go sweet and sticky. Plus all your favorite sides like coleslaw, mac and cheese, sweet and smoky beans, and so much more. It's a rib-tastic celebration you can really sink your teeth into. Rib Fest starting at 4 p.m. all month long at Rib Crib on North Main in Roswell. Smoking the good stuff since 1992.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning than women. That's because men are 6 times more likely to wear a tinfoil hat in a thunderstorm. Here's Mike Winters.
Good morning. It is 22 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Andrew Moore, back with the Roswell Chamber of Commerce, and we have guests as well, Tim Small and Terry Frawley as well with Sun State as well. Which
Absolutely.
We'll talk a little bit more about here in a few minutes with what these gentlemen do here. So.
I'll get the business part out, and then I'll let the guys take over and explain what we're doing. So we've got business after hours tomorrow. Pasta Cafe. Right. Everybody show up. That's always a good one. Lots of food, lots of drinking.
Pro tip, always the restaurant business after hours are very popular.
Absolutely.
Something about food just seems to, people are like, do I want to look at hospital stuff? Maybe. Oh, there's food? Yeah, I'll be there.
Yes.
But Pasta Cafe.
That's why we're here.
Exactly.
That's right.
Pasta Cafe, come on, you get some of their pizza
Networking,
or some of their,
we're getting in there. Then on the 17th, we've got La Casa Community Behavioral Health.
Okay.
Business after hours. And then June 2nd, American Legion Post 28.
See their new facility out there?
Yep.
They got the new bar and everything out there.
We are excited for that. We are helping with a hiring event with the EDC and Workforce Solutions.
Okay.
That is Thursday, May 19th.
Okay. Will that be at the EDC or at
That
Workforce?
is at the convention center.
Oh, okay. A neutral location.
3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Bring your applications, your resumes, because there are people ready to interview you on the spot and give you a chance to be hired.
So
like you can be hired on the spot at this event.
Yes. So come prepared to be hired, which means dress appropriately, look like you want a job, things like that.
Correct.
Exactly. Put your resume together.
Comb your hair, brush your teeth.
Yeah, maybe keep your dirty jokes out.
Well, you're not just dressing up for the unemployment office. You can say, look, I did try.
There you go.
Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You kind of killed 2 birds there.
Absolutely.
By the way, can you sign this?
The Roswell Invaders are still looking for some host families.
Yes.
So if you're ready, willing, and able, have an extra room. Otherwise, these guys are going to be sleeping in a tent at Bonham Stadium in the middle of the summer in Roswell, and it's going to be 110. Let's not let that happen.
Yeah, that would be a bad thing. Yeah, I got a message out from some of the Invaders folks yesterday, and from what I understand, they need to find homes for about half the team right now.
Correct.
So they've still got a ways to go, and of course, season's going to be here in a short time. So, matter of fact, we're going to get the manager on. I think probably next week or a week or two. He's going to be back in town around the 16th. So we're going to get him. We're going to get Lance back on and promote that. But in the meantime, if there's families out there that like to host some ball players for the season. All I know is all the host families love them. Like they say,
yes.
Oh, they're so polite, so nice, so great. They're great additions to our home, and then we go see a lot of ball games and have a fun time. So,
absolutely.
So if there's some families out there saying, hey, I'd love to.
So if you're interested, you can call us at the Chamber 575-623-5695, and we'll get you in contact with who you need to be in contact with to be an invader. And then we've got a grand opening ribbon cutting. Gold Financial on the 19th.
Okay.
So
come learn and see their digs, and then of course, if you need some financial planning, which I'm sure everybody can use that advice.
Yep.
Everyone's trying to do better. I'm sure they can help you out do that.
Yep. So. And then the Piece de la Resistance, if I can talk today. We are going to be doing a lunch and learn with Sun State Technologies. They happen to do our IT at the Chamber, and we are happy to partner with them with a lunch and learn to learn all things IT. And with that, I will hand the baton over, and they can explain our event.
First off, question I got to know is how much head scratching is going on over at the Chamber security and computers and stuff? Because I'm sure there's a lot of quagmires over there that you guys got to untangle.
I think right now we're pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, if it wasn't good, then Andy wouldn't have invited us on.
I didn't know if you had a mess to clean up before you got in, or
No.
Because I know, and that's where I'll go. Because I know sometimes people, and I'm sure you guys know better than I do. It's your industry, but I'm sure you get a lot of folks that get in your line of work that let's just because a lot of people computers are one of those, and technology is one of those things where a little bit of information can be dangerous. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I imagine a lot of your competition comes in claiming they can do some of the things you do, and then you guys probably have to come in and say, yeah, that's not accurate, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that make bold promises in your industry that don't know what they're doing. And
exactly.
Is that in my
Well, it is,
close?
and we've been around. We're actually a division of Cellular One of Northeast Arizona.
Okay.
And this company's been around for 25 years.
Gotcha.
And then we started the IT division about 15 years ago.
Okay.
And so, we have how many techs do we have now? And then like 15 techs or so?
We have about 20 techs.
20
we have
total, yeah.
a whole project team full of engineers. We have the lead engineer. He's based out of Farmington, New Mexico.
Okay.
We have over 150 years of IT services within Sun State Technology Group.
Nice. Now, how long have you guys? Are you guys new to the Southeast New Mexico? Or are you just now? Or you guys been here for a while?
So we have a couple of clients in Roswell. In January, we really pushed an expansion for Sun State.
So really, this is a push to expand here.
Exactly. There is a need for it, and that's why one of the reasons we came down to Roswell. We've been to Roswell a couple of times this year.
I'm kind of curious because obviously with you guys being where you're at and when you get into larger cities and things, security needs are probably a little different than rural sides. But I'm kind of curious, because obviously internet, high-speed internet, things like that, it's available in some parts of Southeast, other parts where, you're lucky to see a telephone pole, let alone a signal of any kind. You know what I mean? And so I wondered, does y'all's games change when you get into the rural parts, or is it all the same? I mean,
we actually our company started, in Sholo, Arizona.
Okay.
And so, we understand small markets.
Gotcha.
Very much.
So I didn't know if our challenges were different or more vast because we don't have the technologies, and it's harder to get everything right out in the rural parts compared to being in more urban areas.
Well, with our experience, the small communities, we like to look at it more and more expert in it than most, because we started in small towns. We started in the challenged areas.
Okay.
So the DSL, the
You earned your chops in the woods,
sort of,
and then I got you. Okay,
Right.
makes sense. So you're like, okay, we're kind of getting back to our roots here a little bit on some of this. Very good. So let's talk like specifics. Like what can you guys do? I mean, we talk cybersecurity and all. That's a pretty broad thing. I mean, what kind of getting into the specifics? What's kind of some of the work you do for businesses like what you see around Southeast New Mexico?
So one of the biggest ones is the email security.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure everybody's familiar with phishing.
We live in a world like the Roswell Independent School District was hammered with a huge thing about a year ago. We're very well versed in cyber attacks. We've had in some of our larger entities, we've had a couple over the last couple of years that have kind of made waves around here. So yeah, we know exactly what you're talking about. And when you said email security, that's probably the biggest culprit.
Yep.
That's right.
With some of this stuff.
Especially with so many people working remotely right now.
Absolutely.
There's so many easy ways for these hackers to get in,
So when we talk about email security, 80%, 85% of all cyber attacks are caused by internal accidents. Oh, look, I got free tickets. Click, boom, open. And now the scammers have gotten so good at it.
Yeah.
They have what's called spear phishing now.
Gotcha.
Where it's, hey, Mike, thanks for listening today. Click on this for your free tickets. Boom, they already have your first name.
Sure.
Hey, your car insurance. We saw,
They take a little bit of information and use it to extract more from you.
Exactly.
It's like, hey, we already got this on you. We're your buddy, remember? And then you're like, oh, okay. Well,
and they get a new employee who starts giving all this information out and everything.
Absolutely. Yep.
So is half your business education to businesses as much as physically putting in equipment and software and things to prevent some of this stuff? Is much of it where you have to sit down and talk with companies and say, look, you got to tell your employees, these are the things you look. I mean, we can protect, but the first line of defense is really
we do employee training. It's a very important part of what we offer. It is an education. That's very well put.
A very huge part is the education of the client. We have a dedicated team, and that's all they do is educate.
Sure.
And a lot of our programs we have a state-of-the-art training program that each client gets, and they can see from the CEO to the day 2 cybersecurity training where you rank. And it's really, really cool because everybody knows credit scores, right?
Gotcha.
And it's based off like the 800 credit score. So the higher you get, the better you are.
Okay.
And it's really interactive videos, really nice, up-to-date videos. It's not the dragged old sleepy training that we're used to.
We feel like I've been to a lot of those, especially in COVID. People just like, dust out those videos.
and it walks you through the basics of the risk, what causes the risk, what do we look for, and everything like that. And it's constant training because cybersecurity attacks constantly change.
Yeah.
Every single day, it seems like there's a new scam, a new attack.
Yeah, and that's just it. And I think the thing we need to stress is, even if you're sitting out here in rural southeast New Mexico, you're still vulnerable.
Absolutely.
They're more vulnerable than big cities.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking? Like, what I'm saying is I think most people think, oh, I'm just a mom and pop business here. No hacker's going to be, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, they're going after the big company. They're going after the big score. It's phishing. They're throwing 7,000 lines and waiting for someone to take a bite.
That's exactly right.
And you took a bite, and they're going to reel you in, and that's really what's going on there. Right?
And we encourage all small business owners to take a really serious look at their cybersecurity because you never know, one little click, and you could go bankrupt.
Yeah.
And we don't like to see that. We want to be very proactive and set attacks against stopping that.
Sure. So, I mean, so really, and this is where I kind of want to focus is because obviously you guys do this for the big companies things too, but really, like you said at the beginning, your focus is on these one-off mom and pop businesses, places that don't really have the budgets or, they're busy focusing on their product. They're not busy focusing on the cybersecurity side of it, and big companies have divisions that work on things like that, so it's a little different.
Exactly right.
Where the mom and pop business owner, you got to worry about payroll, you got to worry about products, you got to worry about your bookkeeping. Oh, by the way, people trying to hack into your computers and steal everything. You got to work on that, and you just can't go buy the Norton antivirus at Walmart and stick it on real quick and say, yeah, I'm covered. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. You know, and again, you know, we're dealing with retail stores, dentists, auto dealerships. I mean, nonprofit schools. We do a lot with police and fire.
Gotcha.
Which ought to tell you something. You know?
Yeah, because that's got to be the ultimate level of security for some of that stuff.
In fact, Tim got a call. What time last night? 11:30 from one of our
11:58. 11:58.
See, that's y'all's fault for getting in this line of work. That's you guys. I don't care how up in the chain you go, you're going to get the 2 a.m. call saying my thing's not working.
Sun State's awesome. From somebody that uses them all the time. If we have an issue at the office, there's a little button that you click on that's on your screen, and you open up a ticket. You tell them what's going on. And I don't think we've ever had to wait more than 24 hours on something that's not, and that's if it's not a big deal.
Sure. Yeah, if it's an emergency, it happens.
Oh, they get on immediately.
Exactly.
And their crew is professional. They're, we can usually tell which one's going to be on, get on, because we know kind of the schedules at this point. And they take care of things as quickly as possible.
Sure.
I mean, it's wonderful. It's easy.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious, just gee whiz, just about the industry in general, because it's hacking in that whole. It's a game, It's like you guys are trying to protect people. The hackers are always trying to figure out a way to work around that. So it's always that cat and mouse game.
Spy versus spy.
Yeah. Does the industry ever shift to kind of go on the offensive a little bit? Is that even a concept you can have in cybersecurity where you're thinking, you know what I mean? Where we're like, okay, we're just building walls or building defensive ways to prevent these guys. Is there a future where you guys are like, no, now we can go on the attack and find these guys? Where you can go on the offensive and go after. Is that something in the technology world that we could see in the future, or we're working on now, or is that that's not the game. The game is, we build the walls. They try to punch through them.
So with Sun State, we're extremely proactive.
Okay.
So to answer your question, yes.
Okay.
So we know enough about the scams, the past scams, the current scams, that we're building our repertoire and our weapons, so to speak, to attack.
Gotcha.
The future scams. So we're extremely proactive.
Nice. Okay.
The best way to describe what we do is, everybody knows cars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want you to imagine your worst day ever at work, and it's payday, and you got to figure out where to get that paper check from. It's extremely busy. You're trying to get out because it's on vacation. Everything is happening all at once. So you finally get out of the office. You get down to your car. The battery's dead. So then you have to go to your coworker to get the car started, and then you start driving home. You hit a pothole, get a flat tire. And then your check engine light comes on. And then you finally get home, and you forgot to pay the power bill. So not only is your car out of gas, you got a flat tire you got to get fixed before you go on vacation, your check engine light's on, you had a horrible, stressful day at work, and you forget to pay your power.
Gotcha.
So you say, I'm done. So you go upstairs, you hit the head, go to sleep. While you're asleep, you have little L's that come in, fix all your car stuff, right? Like a NASCAR pit crew. Fix everything, replace your tire. Magically, the power gets restored. Check engine lights. They do a deep dive, deep scan into your car and fix everything by the time you wake up. So you grab your suitcase and you head off to the beach for your vacation.
Nice.
At Sun State, that's what we do.
Gotcha.
We do a deep dive every single day, 24 hours, 7 days a week, regardless if your business is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Gotcha.
We are here 24/7 to do a deep dive and scan your systems, to be very proactive in preventing
the bad day.
The bad day.
Of course, that guy might want to work on his karma, too. I'm just saying.
Well, one of the things that Andrea mentioned, about the Lunch and Learn that we're going to be doing on May 25th.
Yes.
It's going to be, actually, the person who's running it is going to be as our Chief Technology Officer, Stuart Hensley.
Okay.
He's been in the IT world for 25 years.
Nice.
And what he talks about, and we just finished doing one in Farmington, New Mexico, and it was very well attended. And the Q&As went on for the questions that were coming out and the examples and the things that people had. Everything from the chamber that had a problem and had a virus that came through and went and went all over the town and all.
The old love bug.
Yeah, and Stuart knows this industry inside and out. And to your point, when you started out on this, Mike, he was. You talk about people look at IT. It's like me. Mm-hmm. I'm the business development manager. I always say they call me T, but not for technology. I get around people like this, our engineers, and it's like foreign to me.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people feel
they're hard to talk to.
They're hard to talk to.
I do with radio engineers, and
and I think people get intimidated. But when you listen to, and again, I'm not just pitching this. We want to really help people in this community, and to have Stuart get up and speak in layperson's terms. And use real examples as to things that we've done and things that we can do to help you.
Sure,
it's huge. And we are not an intimidating group. I mean, we're fun people to be around, and we have more training and more expertise than pretty much anybody you're going to find anywhere. And again, they're constantly getting. Extra training and getting certifications and all this because it's fast moving.
The industry evolves every day. You're talking about your scenario about going to bed and everything, wake up all fixed. That's IT. You go to bed and wake up, you're behind.
Exactly.
You're outdated. That's just the world that we live in right now.
And one more thing I just want to mention just before I forget, we're actually going to be giving a check to Harvest Ministries tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
When we get involved in communities, and we're involved in a lot of small communities throughout the country. I've been with the company 12 years. My brother-in-law started Cell One. So it's family to me.
Nice.
And we're in a lot of small communities. We're all, we own 220 of our own cell towers on the reservation. We understand that side of the business, but we understand small communities and small. I grew up in a small town in upstate New York. I get it.
Sounds like you guys are the American dream. It's small business. You put it together,
and you can sleep well when you're with Sun State.
That's great. Well, good. I'm glad you see, like you said, giving back to Harvest Ministries. They do so much great work for folks in need in our community here. So, and now they're coming into their summer months, which is their dry season. So I'm sure
we're happy to do that. And Andrea and Liz Taylor at the Chamber they've been partners with us for years, and just love these people.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons when I go into a new market, whether it's in Safford, which we're going into now, and Safford Thatcher, and a bunch of these smaller markets that we're in. We want to partner with the Chamber of Commerce because that's the lifeblood of any market.
Gotcha.
And they've just done an amazing job. We just love these people. So
awesome. Well, if folks are listening here, come out to the Lunch and Learn on the 25th. You do need to RSVP
because we only have so many seats.
But it's free. It doesn't cost anything.
It's free, and you're going to get lunch. We're feeding you.
Yeah. Who's on again? Yeah, who's on Sandwich Patrol? Do we have a
Dion?
Dion. Pizza. Oh, they have. Well, are they doing pizza? Because their sandwiches and pizza are delicious.
They've got sandwiches. They've got salads. There's pizza. There's going to be a good spread.
Dion's is excellent.
Dion's is the bomb diggity.
You guys have had their green chili ranch, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I think I still have some on my fridge.
Yeah, they sell that stuff by the bottle, and I keep it in my fridge all the time. So yeah,
that's a good plug for them. I hope they're an advertiser. With
yeah.
One of the good things about
send a pizza my way.
One of the good things about Sun State too is we're local.
Good.
A lot of different.
So you don't have to go through the gauntlet of if you have an issue, you don't have to go through the gauntlet of push button things to get to an actual person.
No, you're actually talking to people.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
It's not somebody from a foreign country either. It's
Gotcha.
We're all based in the U.S. and myself, I'm the business consultant, and then I have a CSA, Mallory. We're based out of Farmington, and when I talk to current clients, they're like, "Well, your cell phone's 505? Yeah. Well, that's New Mexico. Yeah." You're in
I'm a person.
I know New Mexico.
That's right.
And they actually answer the phone. And if they don't answer the phone, they call you back. It's fantastic because you're talking to real people.
Nice. So please come to Lunch and Learn. Of course, if you can't wait till then, reach out to the Chamber or Sunset Direct. They'll be happy to start talking about your plan for your business or your home or wherever you need it, And but if you're kind of in the market looking and things, come out to the Lunch and Learn. Again, it's going to be here May 25th.
25th, 11:30. We'll open the doors about 11 so everybody can come in and start grabbing their food, sit down. And they can stay as long as there's questions to be answered.
As long as there's a reason to be there or the food runs out, whichever comes first.
Sure. Absolutely.
So there's a couple ways to get a hold of us.
Yes, reach out website or phone or whatever best way to get a hold of you.
So the best way to get a hold of us is call us.
Okay.
So 505-701-0972. That is my cell number.
Excellent.
Kind of scary giving it out. Call me. And what we could try, even if you think you're not in the need of it, if you have questions, call me. You never know.
Well, let's put it this way. If you are going online to do things, you need some kind of security.
Anything that's connected to the internet needs some type of security.
If you're watching Netflix, if you're shopping Amazon, if you're doing productive things, if you're just staring at TikTok videos all day, you're still going to need.
And there's no dumb questions.
Yeah.
We've never been made to feel dumb or incompetent when we've called for anything. In fact, we had a phishing incident. I got about 55 to 100 emails that said that my memory was full. And I was like, I know that's not the case.
Yeah.
So I threw in a ticket to Sun State. The guys were on the computer and they laughed. They said, nope, you did the right thing. And they blocked the phishing scam at our server so it doesn't even come into the computer anymore.
Nice.
Yep.
And folks, I'm curious because, we got a minute here. Is there ever an embarrassment factor when do you get people saying, I'm really embarrassed here, but I clicked on an email and do you ever get, I want to say that don't worry about that because
Absolutely, but
they're getting better and better at making stuff look legit. I'm going to lie. I stare at this stuff all day. I've gotten a couple emails. I'm like, let me call my boss. This one looks like it could go either way, and I'm going to check with someone first before I do it.
One of the things that we do also is we have a program that will send you phishing emails.
Okay.
To see who's clicking and who's not, so we could do further education.
Nice. So almost little tests and things to help educate your staff and things like that.
You know what you feel embarrassed about
Nice.
because
Good deal.
we have over 150 years of IT service history and support, and we still make boo-boos.
Sure.
We still click on the free Diamondback tickets or free Rocky tickets. Oh, oops.
Just don't let that pride get in the way because I know, especially in a world where you think you know a little bit, and then you're like, all right, I don't want to. And I know, I've seen Big Bang Theory enough. There's enough people that have that information. They're like, call tech support. What are you, crazy? I can handle this. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
And I don't get in that thing because in this world, eventually they're going to eat your lunch.
There's some there's some smart hackers out there.
Yeah.
And they're like 8 years old.
Unless you're constantly 24/7 monitoring their activity like what your guys are doing, you're going to be behind the eight ball.
No, run your business and let us protect it.
Even if you have an in-house IT, like most schools, give us a call.
Yeah.
Because we still support a lot of schools.
You
with
can never
in-house.
you can never have too many people looking out for you back.
That's right.
That's always a good thing.
We have one of our major projects now is a school down in Arizona that has an in-house IT, and we come to find out there was a lot of issues that happening that their IT didn't know. We do a deep. When I say we do a deep dive, we do an extremely deep to the bottom,
above and beyond, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
We give you that peace of mind that you're being taken care of, that your business is being taken care of. You don't have any liability with us.
Nothing's 100% safe, but you try your darndest to make it as close as possible.
Yep. 99.999999.
Exactly. There you go.
Close as possible.
Before we go, anything we want to mention
Pasta
chamber-wise?
Cafe tomorrow night.
Come on out.
Business after hours. And then, of
5:30.
course, the 25th is our lunch and learn.
Yeah.
575-623-5695. Or show up at Pasta Cafe. Come on, let's do it.
In case you've never been to a business after hours, those are come and go events. They get underway about 5:30, but if you don't get off work till 6 or 6:15, no problem. Come on, they'll be hanging out till about 6:30, maybe as late as
Till about 7.
Yeah, depending on
6:30,
Pasta
7.
Cafe. There's food. They'll be there till at least 7.
And Tim and I are going to be there to answer any questions that people may have. So.
And of course, bring a business card. You might win the pot. Usually
That's
they
right.
do
Business card and $1.
Everyone chips in that wants to a business card and $1, and you might win 30, 40, 50, depending on how many people. It's a Pasta Cafe. There's going to be a lot of people.
It's a great networking event. If you're new to the community, come on. You can meet a lot of different people.
And like I said, come meet the Sun State guys.
That's
They're going to be there.
Sun State guys are going to be there.
Security with them. I'm sure they do talk security over a bowl of pasta with you.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Is there anything you guys want to mention we missed? Anything you guys want to make sure? I know we just conversate and I'm all over the place, but I didn't know if there's
If you have any questions or concerns, 505-701 0972.
And if you remember none of that, call the chamber. They'll put you in touch.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Or look for Sun State, probably on Facebook, all that too.
Yep, we're on Facebook. We have internet.
You'll get on there and you'll find phone numbers if you don't remember what we're saying right now.
I drive around in a branded car, so just flag me down.
Yeah, very good.
And T Small,
It's happened.
T Small at sunstatetech.com. That's his direct line. He's the local guy. So.
Very good. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Hey,
And,
thank you so much.
We'll see you again soon.
Enjoyed it.
And hopefully I don't need your services all the time. You know what I mean? I'm just saying maybe just once in a while we see you, you know.
Well, our clients are
Stay
everything
safe.
from radio stations to schools, so
You guys are like offensive linemen. When you're doing your job, you know what I mean? No
That's
one hears
right.
about you.
Yeah.
At the moment,
The unsung heroes.
Exactly. The offensive lineman of the security world.
there you go.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
You take
thank
care.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andrew. We'll see you next time.
Absolutely.
Is there anything
See
you missed? I got all
we're
over the
good.
place. Good deal. All right, 7:50. Let's do some news.
For a Pecos Valley News update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Organizations putting on tourism-related events can find applications and other information about requesting City of Roswell lodgers tax funding online at the city's website. Lodgers tax is a 5% tax paid by customers of hotels, motels, and other lodging establishments. State law allows municipalities to collect the tax through lodging businesses. The revenue from the tax is then used on tourism-related promotion of the city and for expenses related to tourism events and certain facilities. On the police beat now, Roswell police asking for some help in finding two people of interest wanted for questioning in the December shooting death of an 18-year-old at a Southwest Roswell apartment building. David Gonzalez was found dead on December 26th at the Saddle Creek Apartments in the 1900 block of South Sunset Avenue. Now, RPD is looking for 18-year-old Miguel Angel Ramirez Gallegos and 19-year-old Destiny Loya. If you know anything, you're urged to call 575-624-6770. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
Your morning espresso starts right here. It's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Our country's gone absolutely, positively nuts. The open borders czar, the guy aiding and abetting the biggest open borders immigration mess in decades, Mayorkas, is already on thin ice. Republicans now thinking, rightly, about impeaching him. He should be impeached. This man is not qualified for this job. You know, to be talking about a ministry of truth, to be talking about, a disinformation board, to be talking about, dealing with issues involving climate change and allowing millions and millions of people that we don't vet, we don't give health checks to, and give free transportation to states of their choice. He's involved. They're involved in human trafficking.
The Sean Hannity Show from coast to coast later today.
When interest rates rise, credit card debt gets more expensive. Make sure you're doing what you can to pay it off faster, especially during these times. You can learn more in as little as 10 minutes when you call American Financing, America's home for home loans, where the process starts with a free mortgage review. No pressure, no obligation, no upfront or hidden fees. Just a simple conversation around the benefits of a cash-out refinance. So you can learn about custom options that can help you secure a lower rate, spend less on interest, and pay your balance off faster. It could mean savings up to $1,000 a month, and even more long-term. So why not learn more? If you like what you hear, you could skip 2 payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. When you call American Financing, 800-906-2440. That's 800-906-2440. Or visit AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We've got a very hot weekend coming up. Summer-like daytime highs. Mid-90s today. Gusty wind, and we'll have lots of sunshine with high pressure in place. For the overnight hours, upper 50s and clear, and then we'll be hitting the 100-degree mark on Saturday. Wind gusting 35 miles an hour and sunny. We're in the upper 90s, breezy and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Well, it
Jose Nadal from NMMI only got in one match at the Class 4A Boys Singles Championships, but of all the folks that did not win the championship, he probably looked the best. He took eventual champion Luciano Silveria from Hope Christian to the wire, losing in 3 sets to Silveria by a score of 6-2, 2-6, 6-4. Jose had gotten into the quarterfinal round through sort of default, I guess, because his opponent forfeited. Silveria ended up winning the state championship the next 2 rounds, winning in straight sets against opponents. And we also have news about Avery Williams from Goddard. She lost in the championship of the 4A girls draw to Tatiana Dalton from St. Pius, but a good year for Avery Williams. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. The government's latest employment report shows that America's employers added 428,000 jobs last month. It's around 28,000 more than many economists had been expecting.
The Labor Department report showed that last month's hiring kept the unemployment rate at 3.6%, just above the lowest level in a half a century. The economy's hiring gains have been remarkably consistent in the face of the worst inflation in 4 decades. Employers have added at least 400,000 jobs for 12 straight months, yet it's unclear how long the jobs boom will continue.
Correspondent Jeremy House. More Wall Street fallout from the Fed's interest rate hike, with the market's benchmarks continuing to plunge at mid-morning, extending yesterday's huge sell-off. The market is worried that efforts to tamp down inflation could stall economic growth. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. We are passionately committed to providing our customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com. The Valley Cafe is now open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Located inside the 180 Youth Building across from Church on the Move on Brasher in Roswell. Enjoy soups, salads, sandwiches, burgers, and more. Try one of their signature creations like the Sweet and Spicy Burger with honey jalapeno bacon barbecue sauce, the chicken cordon bleu soup, Chef Anthony Noble's fried avocados, and the Smotherman Burger with creamy green chili sauce. Or swing by for coffee or breakfast burritos on your way to work. The all-new Valley Cafe, open Monday through Friday, 7 to 3. Stop in for breakfast, lunch, or even a snack after school. Don't feel like leaving home? Order takeout from DoorDash.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. You burn more calories sleeping than you do watching television. For the ultimate workout, fall asleep in front of the TV. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is, I got to turn my mic on there. It is, where's my audio? I'm not hearing nothing. My mic not work. My headphones not working. Can you hear me? I don't hear me. That's very weird. Why am I not hearing nothing? I can't hear me. You can hear me? Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad someone can hear me because I can't hear me right now, and I'm guessing I'm not on the air. That's going to do it for us for today's show. Thanks very much for allowing us to be a part of it. We'll be back bright and early, 7 a.m. Monday morning with an all-new show, and have an amazing weekend. And, of course, don't forget, we got playoff softball this afternoon, 3 o'clock. Roswell up in Rio Rancho. Art is going to call that game for us, and then we'll have Goddard baseball right after that about 5 p.m. All right, that's going to do it for us. Have an amazing day. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's